Cal State Northridge. I was so mad.
We
She,
we on we on we on we on.
what's up? What's up, people? What's
Tori
shaking?
Thompson. What up with it, Tori? You first up in here tonight, huh? For me and KP. You know, we not getting very many views, but we getting some good feedback though.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Well, maybe it's a few more people at the house tonight. Maybe they spent all of their hard earned money yesterday, like you said.
Yeah,
But I'm hoping that they spend it with black people, with black businesses.
man, I
Yeah.
highly doubt it, man. I don't have no faith in our people, man.
Yeah.
Shout
I do. I
Lee,
got
what up?
faith in us. I got
I
faith in
know,
us.
I know, but you see, you
uh,
you see that they done broke a record on the most spending this year. So I it don't tell you who's spending the money, but
it don't tell you
obviously
who's. Go
obviously
ahead.
the boycotting didn't help if they spent way
Uh,
more than they spent in previous years.
right. But here's the catch. The catch is now after you gave me that info, I went and did a little research on it, and that money that you was talking about, that was online.
Yeah,
That was online sales. That didn't have nothing to do with the physical
yeah,
stores itself. And you don't know what type of people they was buying from. I want to get the full breakdown, and they're gonna give it up, but they're not gonna get a full breakdown until the whole entire holiday season is over with. And
yeah,
then I discovered that they literally been doing a lot of doggone Black Friday sales, man, since September.
yeah.
Like,
You're
what the
right.
hell? So
You're right.
yeah, they started it early,
Yeah,
and but the article that I read stated that foot traffic going to the actual stores was down, but the internet sales was up.
yeah.
So I don't know.
It don't do no good if people staying at home and still buying from the
They
place they
still
supposed to
thank
boycott.
you, thank you. They creeping, man. Like I said, they creeping. They
Yeah,
like, look at me. I ain't going to the store, but damn it, you spending twice as much because you buying it online and you paying shipping charges. So it's like,
yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, shout out to them USC Trojans, man. Shout out to them. McMullen, what's up? Candace Kirksey, Michelle,
Michelle, oh, Michelle in the house.
Baby E. Yeah, Michelle up in here.
She
You
up in
know,
here
she's
tonight.
faithful, man. She the best moderator we got.
Yeah.
Makiba, what's up with it?
Yeah. Yeah, where your boy at? He coming on tonight?
Midwest. I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to him. He's probably
Yeah.
been watching sports.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah. Cal just got through beating SMU. If SMU would have won, then they would have played against Virginia in the playoffs. But now, since they lost to Cal, Duke is gonna
Mm.
play Virginia
Yeah,
to try to see if they can get to the championship.
Duke's a weird football school, man, but their football
Yeah.
program been better the last couple years.
Yeah. Well, Duke is another basketball school.
Yeah.
Another basketball school. Yep. It is
Brian
what it.
Johnson, what up with it? Tammy Mosley, what up?
Yep. Now that you talking about black businesses, man, now it's time for me to hawk some shit. Hold on. Wait a minute. Doggone.
Uh-oh. KP
All
got
right. Y'all need to come on here and get some of this. I know you got the Kev Mac merch, but you gotta get some of this KP merch over here, doggone.
it.
I got these KP t-shirts over here.
All right.
Got your size. Got these KP mugs over here. KP Video News mugs over here, man.
All right. All right.
And the piece de resistance is get rid of the DC Dunce t-shirts. Get rid of that motherfucker. I'm just having a little fun, man. But anyway, yeah, I think a lot of people did a backdoor move and they did go shop a lot online. The numbers tell the truth. Can't deny the numbers.
Yeah. You,
Can't deny it.
you know the way Hispanics are making money now. It's possible it was them spending a lot of the money.
Yeah, well, they ain't gonna never give you a real breakdown of the demographic of who spent the money. I want to get a breakdown of specific stores: Target, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's. These are the stores that was on the list of being that were being boycotted. Specifically, Walmart and Target. I want to see their numbers. And so far, what I discovered was that Walmart actually did okay online. They did okay online on Black Friday. So, you know, people wasn't too many people going in their stores, but online. So all that people running in the stores and all that stuff, I really haven't seen no videos this year of people fighting over stuff. Have
Hmm.
you? I
No,
ain't seen that. I haven't seen that.
everybody look happy and spacious.
Yeah, yeah. So they going in there getting the stuff they want to get, but they're not boxing and fighting over to spend their money this year. So a lot of them did actually stay at home and spend online instead.
All right. Number
Nobody camped
one,
out. Nobody camped out overnight trying to buy shit.
number one, what's up with it? Baby E say he spent his money with all the black boosters. He stayed in compliance with the
That's
no
cool.
spending.
That's cool. That's
That's
cool.
just a black business.
That's cool. I salute you. I salute you. Salute you with my I'm drinking my hot chocolate. This ain't no booze. This hot chocolate right here.
West Side said I was at the mall. It was less people in there this year.
Hmm. Yeah. People holding on to their dollars, man. I mean, it's kind of tight, but like I said, they maneuvered. They found a way to maneuver around it. It's kind of hard, man. You can't stop tradition. You know how people got
Yeah.
deal with traditions, man. They just get caught up. Yeah. To tell you a story, man. One year, me and my girl, we had went to her mother's crib for Thanksgiving. On the way to the house, we decide let's go to Saboba Casino out there, well, in Beaumont, California, going toward Palm Springs. So we go there and we gamble all night. We get to the crib. She decides she want to go Black Friday shopping. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Then she changed her mind. I said, all right, I'm gonna go down here and get a couple of these. Tell you how long ago this was. A couple of these DVD players. I'm gonna go get a couple of them. They got them on sale for $19. I'm gonna get a stack of them and just make them Christmas gifts. Man, I get back to the crib. Now she want to go shopping. Kev Mack, we was out there from 6 o'clock in the morning till 12 fucking midnight, brother. Going from store to store to store. We in Palmdale, going to Palmdale Mall. We back from there, going to Walmart. Go here. We had breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the fucking out there shopping. And I told her after that, you will never fucking get me out of here again to ever go shopping on Black Friday. Uh, only one store I had fun in is we went over to Victoria's Secret,
I was just about to say that.
and she was, cause there was a lot of women in there buying stuff, and they was kind of using me, cause I'm sitting there. They got the little chair in there, man. I'm sitting in the chair, and they going in their back, coming out, and they sitting there modeling, man. And so I'm smiling at them, and I guess they thinking, yeah, okay, this will work. This guy's smiling. I was having a ball in Victoria's Secret. So my girl discovered I was having fun. She discovered I was having fun, and she hurried up and quickly paid for her shit so we could get up out of there. I'm
That's
like,
funny,
okay,
man.
yeah. But I was enjoying that, man. I was enjoying that show.
That's too
Yeah,
funny. Derek Lewis, what's up with you, homie?
yeah.
TY, big TY in the building. TY want to meet you, KP.
Who was TY? Who was that?
TY is a young viewer, man. He came over my spot, came to the meet and greet, came to Giacomo's birthday party.
Oh, okay. All right. You making a circuit over there
Yeah,
hanging with the homies.
yeah.
All right, yeah, I get a chance to meet young boy. He here, young brother. He here in where's he at?
Arizona, AZ.
AZ over in AZ. Yeah, yeah. Well, you just let me know, man, what you gonna do, how you gonna do that. If you gonna have the little meet and greet here or Vegas. 'Cause I know you saying you was trying to figure out which way you was gonna go.
No, it's gonna be in Vegas next
Gonna be
year.
in Vegas.
The
Okay, all right,
following one, they're talking about Arizona.
all right, all right. Yeah, because I missed Giacomo's party too. But Jimmy Lavender had called me up and told me, man, come on over here, man, to Jimmy
Yeah,
Lavin. To Giacomo's birthday party, man. I didn't make it. I didn't get a chance to make it. I had some other things came up. I couldn't
right.
make it. Yeah.
It
Yep.
was cool. The later it got, it turned into a blood party.
Oh. Ah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, hey, man, he represent, man, his people. You know how it works.
Yeah, that's his
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah.
Man,
But I never met him personally.
he's cool,
Uh.
man. He cool as
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah. He seemed like a cool dude. I was after watching the video, watching your interviews that you did with him.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
also hilarious. He got a lot of jokes, but he's not as flamboyant as a Too Pretty Kenny with the jokes.
Oh, okay.
But he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Jimmy Lavender too.
Yep.
Elgin be all serious and shit. Elgin looked like a 21-year-old ready to fight.
Uh, yeah, I
Yeah.
think Elgin kind of was upset with between like him and what you call it over there, doggone it. The guy that just passed away not too long ago with Baba Louie. Because they was going back and forth about when the blood start
Oh yeah.
and all that. But I think they got it together. I think they eventually got it together.
I mean,
Yep.
sometimes we just don't agree with each other. We all got our own stories and perspectives, and we
Yeah,
live
of
different
course.
lives.
Of course.
Like Giacomo said, he was on the streets the whole time, so he knew
Hmm.
what was going on the street. AC was in and out, mostly in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
What's weird with that? I left and went out of town, and when I came back, I started seeing blood and cuz wrote all it everywhere, all on the walls.
yeah,
Before I left, it wasn't nobody tripping like that.
mm,
And what was that boy's name? The guys, I can't think of his name now. Sidewinder. And I think he was Sidewinder 60, or was he
H3H.
eight Trey? All right, Sidewinder had his name wrote all up on the wall, up down Florence.
Mm.
Florence and Van Ness over there at that store. It was a store on the corner. And the guy with the coldest name in town, Collar Splitting Bob.
Damn.
But he spelled the collar wrong. He spelled collar right. Collar Splitting Bob. I mean, some cats was making up some names, man. They was just making up shit out the top of their head, The Sidewinder, that was he had a reputation. Yeah. Yeah.
Sean Williams, Too Pretty Kenny moved back to Arizona.
Yep.
Kiba, what's up with you, Kiba?
Yeah. Too Pretty Kenny from Corner Pocket, huh? I created Corner Pocket in my garage, man.
In my mama's garage.
So, yeah. Said I was the only crip out there, man, that had bangs. Like what?
That was hilarious.
He had a perm that had bangs, man. I'm like, come on, Kenny, don't go there. Yep. Yeah, so that was the perm. That was the perm gangster days. I went from the bald head to the afro to the perm to the Jerry curl gangsters. And that was your era, wasn't it, Kev? The Jerry curl gangsters. Yeah, your Jerry curl.
Yeah, before me and during me, yeah.
Yeah, Ice Cube and them wearing them Jerry curl.
Yeah,
Yep.
they was banging them curls, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Nissan trucks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nissan trucks. What about the Suzuki Samurai little truck?
Suzuki Jeeps for sure.
Yeah. Little flip over Jeeps.
Yeah.
Shit.
213, what up with it?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. LA was a trip. Cause you had I mean, I didn't really I wasn't like I said, I kind of stepped away from the game, but a cat was telling me, oh man, you can't have them blue rollers in your head. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about? So it's like now you can't have blue rollers and you got a perm, you can't have blue rollers in certain neighborhoods and all. I'm like, man, I ain't thinking about you niggas. Y'all tripping, trying to get too hard. You know, it don't make no sense, man. You know, and I had a cat tell me, oh man, you can't wear that blue shirt, man, if you go over to the bottom. Like, nigga, I named the fucking bottom. What the fuck are you talking about?
Damn.
I wear what I want to wear and never had no problems. I
Mm,
lived in the bottom. So how are you gonna tell me what I can and can't wear in my neighborhood?
mm,
Fuck you. I wasn't feeling that. Yeah. But you know, I said, no, that applies to you. That don't apply to me. That don't apply to me.
mm,
I had a pass in every neighborhood in Inglewood.
mm,
I can go on 102nd to the Cooler Cools whenever I wanted to. You know, the bottom anywhere I wanted to. IVCs. Said one of my kids was born in IVC neighborhood. My
mm,
daughter was born on 102nd Street. So tell me where
mm,
the fuck I can't go. Shit.
mm.
Yep. Yeah. And two of my boys was born in the bottom. So it's like, yeah, okay.
Mm.
That's just crazy to me, man.
KP, you was putting in work, man.
Man, look. I told you, man, I was busy, man. My one of my cousins, man, he just started calling me Jackal. Like, what the fuck you talking about? He said, man, you a jack of all trades, man. You doing too much. Said, stick to one thing and stay with that. uh, yeah, you know, he's the one that gave me the tip on gambling. He said, look, man, just gamble on what you can participate in. And I said, what you mean? He said, look, I shoot pool, I gamble, I shoot pool for a living. I got control over this. So that was his thing, shooting, you know, gambling for shooting pool for money and gambling like that. He said you can shoot pool, you can play cards or whatever, you got a little more control over the game. But playing them slot machines and all that shit, you ain't got no control over that. But now you don't have no control over them cards. Over them cards, they using all the way up to what, three or four decks of cards now in the shoe.
Yeah, but they still got single deck and stuff. They just reshuffle.
Yeah, keep reshuffling over and over, so you can't count them.
Yeah.
Yep, that's crazy.
What up with
Yeah,
it, Ahmad? Derek
yep.
Lewis say all his aunties had them Jerry curls.
Oh yeah, yep, yep.
213,
uh,
213 says she knew you was a heartbreaker.
oh no, I look. I was just doing my thing, baby. I wasn't no heartbreaker. I had my heart broken a couple of times in life. Oh man.
They go
Yep.
DJ right there.
Oh, okay. The shoe is all the way up to six decks, and you can still count. Man, you got to be a mathematician to do that. Oh, damn genius! You got to be a genius.
I don't even be trying to use my brain like that.
Yeah, that's what they tried to get. They got Phil Ivey. They said Phil Ivey was counting cards. He was like the only black dude that was up there winning millions playing poker.
Man, he was a beast, man.
Yeah, man, that boy was out of sight.
Young
Yep.
Tommy, what up?
Yeah, my father liked him. He said, "Boy, that boy Phil Ivey, man, something else." I'm like, "Yep, those pops." My father's a professional gambler. Shit, he 96 years old, man. He still gamble. He ain't gonna never stop. Yep, he ain't gonna never stop. But
DJ
that's what
said
he
all you
liked.
gotta do is count to 10, man.
Yeah, okay. You got to count to 10 over and over again, though. It's four suits of cards. So that ain't no 10, that's 40. Shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Marcus, what up with it? London, what's up with it, London?
Yep.
No, Phil Harvey wasn't counting cars. He just tricked them.
Phil Harvey was just smart and he knew how to psych them out. You know how, he knew how to get in their head. Yeah. But now you got a lot of people out here that are, they playing poker online. They learn how to play poker online. Then they decide what they want to try to get in these tournaments. I had a $15,000 entry fee that what's the name of that casino? Atlantis Casino in Reno. It sent me a $15,000 entry fee to the super, that the poker superstar, whatever it was. But I didn't get a chance to go, man. So my girl was trying to tell me to sell that entry. I said you can't sell it because you got to have your ID when you get there. Yeah.
Let me find my phone real quick, man.
Yeah.
I can't stand to lose my phone.
Yep. All right, folks, what's going on over there? What's going on, people? Yep.
DJ said maybe in 20 minutes he'll pop on.
Okay. Yep. What's going on, people? What y'all want to talk about tonight? Y'all want to talk about? Anybody out there got any topics, questions, or anything of that level while Kev is finding his phone? Black Warrior Spirit, what's up? I see you been popping up over here. Yep. Black Warrior Spirit. Michelle, what's going on? Look at Michelle popping up, man.
Man, I gotta find this phone, man.
I haven't seen Michelle in a minute. Who else is on here? Where all the ladies at? Candace on here. Miss 213 on here. Oh man. Tammy's on here. Tammy Mosley's on here. Man. Kev Mack, you the man, boy. You be drawing them in, Jack. I'm gonna have to give you ladies a name. What can I call y'all? Let's see. Cause Maniacs ain't gonna get it for y'all, for the females. I don't know. Kev Mack. Yeah, Kev Max superstars over there. Yep.
You and KP lives have been fire and laid back. Candace Kirksey, what up with it?
Yeah, Kev Max superstars signing on. Look at them, back to back. Yep. Yeah. Oh, somebody's talking about the government shutting down Kiva. Yep. Telling you now, they might not have no choice because by the time Trump get through stealing, there ain't gonna be no money left to run the doggone government. Yep. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, Mac is the neighborhood journalist, man.
Yeah, somebody named Baby was saying what was going on in the Cooler Cools. Oh my goodness. Everything, anything, and everything. There was gambling in the Cooler Cools. There was prostitutes in the Cooler Cools. There was drugs of all types in the Cooler Cools. There was fights in the Cooler Cools. There was shootings in the Cooler Cools. There was stabbings in the Cooler Cools. But the thing that really kind of rubbed me a certain way, and y'all might not think it's anything, but this is what was happening. I go to the Cooler Cools one day to go get me a stick, right?
Uh-huh.
And so I get my stick and I'm out in front on the big front porch out there. And it's a few ladies out there and they got their kids and they was asking them what they wanted to be for Halloween. What you want to be for Halloween? Little boy said, I want to be a pimp. The little girl said she wanted to be a prostitute. And they bust out laughing. Mother's standing there busting out laughing. And I wasn't laughing, man, because it rubbed me the wrong way, man. I'm like, oh, man. But then I had to remember that was what they were seeing because there was a lot of pimping going on around there and a lot of that was happening. It was It was wild, man. It was buck wild at the time. But that's what they saw, and that's what they wanted to be for Halloween, man. I couldn't believe that shit. I couldn't
Mm,
believe the fact that they was laughing about it, like it was cute or something, you know.
mm, mm.
I'm like, yeah, okay. Kids don't even know the ABCs, and they talking about they want to be pimps and hoes for Halloween.
ABC, easy. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, yep.
I
Cooler cool,
remember
something
Tuka
else.
mentioned it in the book. Yeah, Cooley Cools was well known for the drug sales up out there, man.
Mm-hmm. Cooler cools was buck wild, man. I go, I'm over on my way over there again to go get me one, and this cat named Vince is coming the other way. He said, "Hey, man, your boy, your boy over there at the Cooler Cools, man, he messed up." I'm like, "Who, man?" He said, "Your boy, man, that live on your block." I'm like, "All right." So I walk on around the corner, and I see my boy Tony. We call him Buzz. I see Buzz. He got his arms up against the wall, and he just froze. He frozen, man, because he didn't. And so I asked Chuck. I said, "What happened, Chuck?" He said, "Man, your boy came over here with a 12-inch Sherman stick that he got from Smokers Emporium on Crenshaw, and he had him lift that motherfucker on both ends.
Mm,
And when I got there, it was about this much left,
shit.
and he had smoked that whole thing, and he got his body had locked up on it." And I'm like, "What the hell?" And Chuck was sitting there with the little roach smoking it. And so I said, "Oh shit." So I go to my crib, I get my car, and then I don't know what I was thinking about. I went to his house and got his mother. We went over there to get him. I had to bend his legs to get him in the car because his legs was locked up, and I bent one leg and I put him in the car, and his leg straightened back out again. So I drop him off at the crib, but when we get to the house, she don't know what to do. I knew
Mm,
how to mix up the antidote to bring him back around. So I mixed up the antidote and made him drink it. And he came to it. He said, "Man, what happened, man? What happened?" I said, "Okay." From that day on, man, his mother hated my guts. And it's like, what I'm like, I'm the doggone hero. How you going? So she associated it. It was like something I did. Like I'm the one that gave it to him.
mm,
So I go by the crib. Tony here? No, he ain't here. And all of a sudden he come out. "Hey, man, I'm here, man. I'm here." I'm like,
mm.
"Yeah, okay." So I had a couple of mothers in the neighborhood, man, that hated my fucking guts, and it was their sons that was the ones getting me high. Shit, but you
Oh
know,
man, I had a few friends with mothers like that, man, thinking I'm getting them in trouble. But
mhm.
anyway, Brian Johnson said we could talk about those Ohio State Buckeyes bending over the Michigan women football
That
players.
was a good game. That was a good game. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, that's how
That
it
was a
goes,
good
Tammy.
game.
He told the truth, man. That happens to a
Right.
lot of dudes.
Look, yep. That happened to a lot of folks. Now here's what happened with my. I had a cat that was an Indonesian dude named John. Right. Now John grew up around black people his whole entire life, and I went to high school with him. I go by John's house. John's mother saying the same thing. "Johnny not home. Johnny not home." And here he come running out the house. John comes over my house. My mother telling him, "He not here. He not here." So she's telling me that old Chinese boy coming over here. Like he ain't Chinese. He from Indonesia. I don't like him. Don't have him come over here. So she didn't like. So we kind of like, oh man, and that didn't stop us from hanging out with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, but that's just the nature of it. And yep, and Tammy is 100% correct. It's like, mothers have a feeling. They got feelings. They got that intuition, man, where they know something ain't right. And she told me, "I come every time that old Chinese boy come over here, you come back and your eyes all red and messed up." I said, like, "Yeah, okay. Yep. You don't know who had the package." I might have had the package that day. Yep. Said somebody talked about a mass shooting at a kids party. And wow, a kids party in Stockton? Man, that's
Dang,
crazy.
Stockton off the
That's
hook. Stockton used to be so slow and innocent.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. My road dog, Rabbit, man, he live up there in Stockton. But he's moving. It's a spot up there that got like a golf, a community that got like a golf course and all that shit.
Mm.
That's where him and his wife got married at, and they're getting ready to move to that. He got a nice little crib in Stockton though. Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh man.
I'm laughing because a couple white dudes just popped on at the same time trying to get in.
Ah. How can you tell?
I could
You can
see
see
their
their pictures.
profile
See
picture.
their pictures. Oh, okay. Yeah, they trying. That's COINTELPRO, man, trying to get in.
And they're gonna try to joke and clown. Last
Oh
time
yeah.
I accepted somebody like that, he had some naked shit going on.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got to put the block on them.
Yeah.
Put the kibosh on them.
Mm.
Yeah, Tammy. Y'all women y'all got that intuition, man. Sometimes you got to listen. It just saved my life a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy.
Adam and Darren Leadfoot.
Darren Ledford.
He
What
must
the
be
hell?
slow as hell or he a race car driver.
Yeah. 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 He drive. Can't
You
drive
cracking up.
55. Can't drive 55.
They got me laughing over here, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Hilarious.
man. They're trying to get on some of that culture, man. They're trying to appropriate some of that culture so they can take it back to their neighborhood and act like it was them. You know how they do.
Some sources saying Stockton street business. I got family in Stockton and Sacramento.
Yeah, I do too. Sacramento for sure. A lot of
Okay.
relatives. A lot of
Okay.
relatives
Adam
in
and
Sac.
Leadfoot. I see you.
Yeah. My aunt moved there. She was over there off Florin Road, not too far from the Air Force Base. My uncle worked at the Air Force Base. And yeah. And she was very, very well known. She was, a matter of fact, she was a teacher at some high school over there named Irma Kaiser. And she was a hell of a, I mean, her wedding was so big, they held that sucker in the auditorium. There was so many kids and so many people there that she had taught over the years. But it was like, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Could have saved a lot of headaches, but you know how it is. Sometimes we don't like listening to women, man, because we supposed to lead. We supposed to lead, but hey, you can't lead if your ass is under the influence or you out there doing something stupid.
Kev, you ever find out who Daryl Strawberry was talking about when he said someone got killed at the Crenshaw homecoming? Now, you know what? I haven't even tried. It slipped my mind, so I haven't even made any attempts to find out.
Wow, that's crazy.
Candace, I got family in Stockton too, but they're not my blood relatives. They my brother and sister's blood relatives.
Yeah, yep,
Why ain't I get a notification? Cause I don't think you ever get them. Cause we've been going live a lot lately. Uh,
yeah,
but a lot of people starting to say they're not getting notifications.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with that because I haven't been getting no notifications either. And I know
Yeah,
good and well I'm signed in.
yeah. I don't get SAGs notifications no more. But if I click on subscriptions,
Mhm.
everybody's live will pop up.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. That's what I do. Some from time to time, I just go on there and look.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But my subscription list is so damn long.
Oh, mine ain't that long. Mine's not long.
Yeah.
Same thing I used to tell my girlfriend. Mine ain't that long.
But it's the motion in the ocean, man.
Motion in the ocean.
uh, yep. I'm telling you, man, it's Saturday night. There's a lot of folks up in here on a Saturday night. That's a good thing. Go on and hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button.
Tammy, you got a real homeboy, OG homeboy up in Stockton. Yeah, you got a real one up in Stockton. Did a lot of
Yeah.
time in prison.
Yeah. Stockton, when I first went there, kind of reminded me of Compton, in certain areas of town.
Uh,
But all the people that I met there, I always met some cool people, and dealt with some cool people there.
mhm.
They give you that small town feel. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. There's a
So,
lot of
so
Asians over there too on the other side of the tracks.
since we
It's
talking,
all up north, all up north. From Frisco on across, man, all the way to Sacramento, man. It's a lot of Asians, a lot of
mm,
Chinese.
mm,
Yeah, 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 yeah. And they will. Them Chinese will be gangbang too. Them younger ones. They be in gangs mixed in with blacks and Mexicans and all mixed up. Yeah, hybrid. They call them hybrid gangs with all them different nationalities all mixed in together. Yeah.
since we talking about Stockton, I gotta hit KB real quick, see if he's available to come on.
Hmm. Yep. Where you at, Michelle? Where Michelle go? Where you been, Michelle? Where have you been, sister? You hit the lotto? You hit the lotto and you ain't telling us?
Man, that'd be the lick.
Yeah. Yep. I just want to, you know, just be friends with somebody that hit the lotto for a little while. uh, for a little while. I had a couple of people on my job that hit, but they didn't hit for no millions. One guy had 450,000 and another hit for 250,000. And they TC he didn't change. But the lady that won, she kind of changed. You
Mm,
can see her personality change. Yeah. And she was mad. She was mad at the people at the job because she would like bring coffee and donuts and all that stuff to and the people that worked in her area. But doggone it, she wasn't bringing nothing for nobody else. So
mm.
people was feeling some kind of way about that. She said, "You didn't hit for all that money. You can get everybody over here some damn donuts." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, Sacramento. I mean Stockton. There's some people that I know that was from Oakland that had moved to Stockton,
Yeah.
and
See,
and they took. Go ahead.
they was caught between the LA influence and the Bay Area influence.
Yeah, yeah. Them cats from Oakland ain't no joke, man. They ain't no joke. Matter of fact, my homeboy that I was talking about earlier that got married in Stockton, his wife is from Oakland. Yeah, yeah. And she a cool chick though. Smart, a school teacher. Yep. But she still
Mm,
got that street edge. Yep.
mm.
Yeah. But yeah, Buddy Miles was it was in the LA County Jail. He was in LA County Jail and he did a concert too while he was there. Somebody wrote in the comments. But Buddy Miles, that now here's what happened. I was doing not a security, I was doing a delivery. I had a delivery job that I was doing, delivering art supplies out of this warehouse in Hawthorne. And I stopped at the 76 gas station on Sunset to get some gas in the company van. And I run into Buddy Miles. He's at the gas station and he's begging for money. And it's like he had a beat up old Ford van with some flags that was for like curtains in the window. And so I got him some gas with the company card because the owner gave me a card to get gas with. So I got him some gas and he gave me this phone number to call. So yeah, you get your money back, man. Okay. I'm like, yeah, all right. I was just happy because Buddy Miles was one of my musical heroes, like when he played with Hendrix and all of them and a band of gypsies. Anyway, one day I decided to call the number because I'm curious. And when I called the number, the guy had answered the phone. I said, "What you laughing at? What you laughing for?" He said, "Man, Buddy Miles owe everybody money. Shit. Good luck getting it." Shit. I'm like, motherfucker. Yeah. And that was right before he went to jail. Went to jail over there, and it was at the county. But old buddy, and I did get a chance to see him again, but I didn't bring the money up. He was doing a
Hmm.
concert at the Starwood. Uh,
Yeah, they sent little James Compton off today, man. I seen some pictures and video. Uh, Sent him off well, man. They had his services in my hood, repass.
wow.
And, sorry I couldn't make it, but it's part of life. A lot of funerals I couldn't make in the last couple of years.
Yeah. That's a guy from your neighborhood.
Nah, 1180 East Coast Block Crip.
Oh, okay. On the east side. All right.
Yeah, ran with Raymond Washington, Tookie, the Carver
Oh,
Parks.
all right. So he was the OG then
Yeah,
from day
yeah,
day one, day
yeah,
one Crip.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard the name, but I just didn't know what hood he was from.
Yeah. Reggie Owens, what up with it?
I don't know nothing about him.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
Reggie was participating big time with us last night, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Reggie.
Boxing talk with Reggie Owens.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reggie will
Ah,
crucify a motherfucker, man. He don't have no hold, no breaks. He
Reggie, did you see that fight last week between was that Ben and the other cat that came in the ring that had 50 Cent? Dude come in the ring with a fur coat on and had 50 Cent rapping, right?
mm,
I told my girl as soon as I saw that, I said, this nigga gonna lose. He gonna lose tonight. When they come in the ring showboating, acting a fool like that, they usually lose, man. They usually lose. And sure enough, that cat Ben wore his ass out, wore him out from beginning to they had to stop the fight.
mm,
Yeah, yeah,
damn.
yeah. But this they got a white fur coat. I mean, not no small one. He got a white maxi fur coat on. He got 50 Cent on there he got the mic and he rapping and they bopping on into the stadium. The other brother just came on in the stadium like a normal person, and he wore that nigga out, wore him out. I'm like, yep, that's what be happening.
Tammy wants to know what NFL games do you think will be the game of the day tomorrow?
Oh boy, you got me on that because I don't even know who playing.
That's what I'm about to look up right now.
Yeah, okay. Tammy,
So,
you gonna put some money down?
for,
You gonna put
for
a down
the
payment on a game?
49ers play Shadur Sanders.
Okay, I'm going with the Niners.
I'm going to skip past the Jaguars game because they play Tennessee. The Dolphins play the Saints. That's an ugly game.
That ain't gonna be nothing. That ain't gonna be worth watching.
The Buccaneers play the Cardinals. Uh,
Mm, kind of
Atlanta
iffy on
and the
that
Jets. That's not a good game. Colts and the Texans. For those that were saying the Texans might go to the Super Bowl, Colts and the Texans.
one. Okay,
I'm
yeah.
I'm on live right now, honey.
How the Colts do? How the Colts ain't the Colts been
You hear
winning?
me?
Haven't they been winning?
And they always Colts been winning, but they lost to the Chiefs last week. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they still got a hell of a good. They got a good record though.
Yeah, they like 8-3 or something like that.
Yeah.
LA Rams play the Carolina Panthers. Your boy been looking good last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterback, the young brother
Yeah. You talking about it for the Bears?
for the Panthers.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. Bryce.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
He doing all right. I've been teasing the hell out of his uncle. You know.
Minnesota
Said,
play Seattle.
yeah,
Raiders play the Chargers. Maybe the Bills and Steelers. I don't want to see neither one of them though.
yeah,
Broncos and Commanders.
yeah. I
Giants
want to
and
see that. I want to see that Bills and Steelers game. That might be the one that I like to see tomorrow. Out of what you said so far.
Yeah, that's it, man. The Patriots and Giants on Monday night.
Yeah.
But she
Well,
said tomorrow.
Patriots. I think the Patriots going to slaughter the doggone
No,
Giants.
no, no. The Giants always beat the Patriots, so it'd probably be close.
Yeah, but they not this year though. The Patriots been doing pretty good this year.
Man, what do you mean? When the Patriots was going to the Super Bowl, the Giants was beating them.
Giants was owning them, but that was back then. You got a different squad now. You know.
I
Yep.
think the Giants gonna keep it close.
You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
they've been playing
They playing in New York. Where they playing? They in New York
New
or they playing
England.
in Boston?
New England.
Okay. All right.
Tammy said, "No, KP, the NFL got jokes. They ain't about to pay me for no play me for no money. 'Cause if I would bet my money on Thanksgiving yesterday, I would have lost all. It ain't
Ah, yeah. Well, the NFL and all the sports, man. Since I've been living in Vegas, I'm gonna tell you, I don't have no confidence in no sports whatsoever.
yeah.
Cause
Yeah,
I've
good night,
seen
Chad.
how they pull the plug. They pull the plug on your team in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yep, in a heartbeat, man. I learned that lesson playing them college parlay cards. I pick 5 teams, 4 teams win. I pick 16, 5 teams win. So like, man, this ain't right. You know, my team standing on the 1 yard line. All they got to do is step across the line and win, and they just standing there letting the time run out.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, man, this shit ain't right.
Yeah. That's how it
Yeah,
goes sometimes, man.
yeah,
That
yeah,
shit, you don't know. It's hard to say if it's rigged or not rigged, but the damn show be looking funny.
yeah, yep, yeah. It looks suspect.
Yeah.
It really looks
A,
suspect,
a
man.
little bit too often.
Yeah, yep. It looks suspect. I ain't, I don't know, man. I just got, I just got to the point where I think my money looks better in my pocket than it does in there.
So, so on Thursday, I made my nephew think a little bit different. My nephew said every single NFL game is rigged.
Uh-huh.
And I asked him, I said, if me and you go out there on the blacktop and get in a pickup game,
Uh-huh.
are you going to play a perfect game? He said, no. I said, you think I'm going to play a perfect game? He said, no. I said, uh, I said, we're probably going to throw the ball out of bounds probably once, huh? Probably miss a couple layups. He was like, yeah. I said, so, it's the same in professional sports. It's a human element to the game. So we all make mistakes. Ain't nobody perfect. Otherwise, all the quarterbacks would throw 35 for 35.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? All the receivers would have 10 targets, 10 catches. It's
yeah,
just it's the human element. So then he
yeah.
said, you know what? I never thought of it like that. He said,
Mhm.
well, maybe most of them are rigged. I said, I agree with you.
Yeah, did you watch the Bayou Classic today? Grambling and Southern?
No, I
That's what
told you
happened at
before we came live. I got Wi-Fi, but I don't have no apps
Oh,
on.
okay. But at the end of the Grambling and Southern game, all Grambling had to do was just hold on to the ball, and they was close enough to kick a field goal. They tried one more play. The wide receiver caught the ball, dropped the ball. He fumbled the ball, and Southern picked up the ball, and that was it. They lost. That's how they lost the game. A fumble at the end of the game, and when they was in within field goal range to kick a field goal to win. So why they ran that last play, I have no idea because it wasn't nothing but a few seconds left on the clock.
Mm,
It's like it was crazy, man. So Southern has been beating Grambling
grand.
for the last 4 5 years in a row.
Mm,
I guess it's 5 years in a row now.
mm.
Yep,
Well,
yep,
everybody used to own Grambling after Doug Williams left.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Somebody said Pacquiao's son had a fight tonight.
oh yeah, did he win?
They said it was a draw.
Oh shit.
Yeah, a draw.
What's
Pacquiao.
the word?
What's up, brother?
What's the word? How y'all living?
Oh man, we making it, man. We making it tonight.
Man,
Yep.
let me tell y'all how brutal gambling could be, right?
All
I
right.
got I got the I got the Timberwolves -4.5. It's the end of the game. Dante DiVincenzo go up and miss a free throw, right? They still up 5. It's cool. Like or no, they up 6 or something, 6 or 7, something like that. It's looking good. This dude miss a free throw. Sam Hauser on the Celtics gets the ball. It's 6 seconds left. They down 7. 6 seconds. There's nothing he could do. He goes and he shoots a 3 and makes it. Kills the spread. And
Mm.
I'm like, well, kills the live spread that I had. And I see why. I mean, of course, I always know why people say it's rigged, because something happening like that will make you feel like it's rigged. It's no reason for him to shoot that shot. Normally, what do they do when there's 5, 6 seconds left? They inbound the ball.
They
They just
dribbled it
dribble
out.
it out.
They just
Yeah, they
dribbled it
dribble
out.
it out.
Yeah.
There's no point in you shooting a 3 when you down 7. You still lost. You know what I'm saying? But this one time they decided we not gonna dribble the ball out. We gonna shoot it, and then they not gonna guard. They not gonna block him or nothing. Just he shoots it, goes in. Now they only
Mm.
lost by 0 seconds on the. I'm just like,
Mm.
oh my god,
Motherfucker.
man! Like shit like that will make you so mad, man.
That's
Then
crazy.
you got the Clippers and the Mavs.
Mm.
Clippers is up all game. Literally, they up the whole game. They have James Howard and Kawhi Leonard. The Mavs have Klay Thompson. That's it. Like nobody
Mm.
else is playing. Anthony Davis not playing. Kyrie Irving is not playing. I don't even think was PJ Washington playing, because I didn't really see him do nothing. How did they come back and win that game just in the fourth quarter? Like,
Mm. Mm. Anthony Davis out again.
yeah, he only played yesterday because it was the Lakers. He just wanted to come back and play against the
Oh,
Lakers.
okay. Okay.
But
All right.
that's it. Like that was a waste of time too, because he didn't do nothing in that game
No, he ain't do nothing.
that was memorable. So it's like, man, you might as well stayed injured where you was at. Why would you come back for one game? But it's a back
Man.
to back too. Like that's
Yeah.
another thing. How you lose to Dallas on a back to back? Dallas is on a back to back. They just played last night. Now they playing again tonight. Y'all well rested. Got the whole
Nah, they
team.
played on back to back too.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Dallas
did.
Oh,
didn't have to travel because they played the Lakers.
Clippers played last night.
Yeah.
Yep.
They did. They did.
I
Yeah.
You didn't see my text in the Discord?
I seen it like just a little minute ago. I seen that one.
The exact same thing happened yesterday. That's why I'm not into your conversation.
Yeah. They did. The same exact thing happened. Same thing happened. But they can't hold no leads, man. They can't hold it in the fourth.
No, they
You know
didn't
they.
play last night.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of times they lose it in
Oh,
the
they did.
third.
They
They lose
did. They
it in the
played the.
third.
It wasn't
Yeah.
showing up, but yeah, they did. They played the Grizzlies last night.
They was whooping the Grizzlies' ass the whole game.
The Grizzlies came back and went on a like a 15-0 run and won the
That
game.
team, that
Won the
team is
game.
terrible, dog. The Clippers is terrible.
They
The
too
whole
old, man.
organization is
I'm
terrible.
telling you, man. The owner of the Clippers, before you know it, he gonna have motherfuckers out there on quiet walkers, man, walking up and down the court. You know, shit. That nigga bad. It's like he doing with like the same thing Sterling used to do. Got young players coming in, old players on their way out the door,
Mm.
and the shit don't mix. You know,
But
so them guys, time is
they
up.
be so sorry. Like they don't even draft well. Like when your
Uh,
front office don't even draft well. Like what superstar player have they got that they drafted and just made into
yeah,
a superstar? Nobody.
yeah,
So now they
yeah.
trying to buy superstars because they got this big owner
Right,
now. He can't even do that
right.
right. He buy Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and James
Yeah,
Harden.
yeah. Well, they had a few players that could have been superstars. Where they had Blake and them over there, and Danny Manning was over there
Elton
years ago.
Brand.
Them
Elton
niggas,
Brand.
them a bunch of names that ain't never won a championship. Those ain't superstars
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
true. That's true. That's true.
Nah, Yeah, no, he didn't say they were superstar. He said they could have been.
They had decent
Uh,
players. It could have been, yeah, could have been superstar.
shit,
That's a
could have
Now
been.
terrible
Blake,
franchise. I wouldn't want
yeah,
nobody in my family to go play for them.
Hell
Blake,
no.
Blake, he made his money. He's still doing commercials and all that shit. He ain't touched the ball in how long now? He's
He on
still doing
TV now.
commercials.
I just seen him yesterday on what was he was on one of them shows. He like an analyst.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
talking about the games
yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah. He doing that job, that same job Kobe would have had if he had survived. He'd have been on
Nah,
one of them talk shows.
I don't think so, man. I think Kobe was on this coaching. I think
Man,
Kobe was gonna turn the WNBA into a bigger brand. He was gonna
hey,
focus on his daughters.
hey,
Mhm.
James, yeah, I've always had guests. They just happen to want to come on lately. And
Yeah,
then DJ, we got the sports channel, but I have been going live on the sports channel.
Oh,
yeah,
so Miss 213, who we know as Miss 702, she wanted to resume the conversation from last night.
Go
yeah.
on,
Cliffhanger,
man.
Dallas Mavericks owner. Oh, yeah, about the
Yeah,
Adelsons.
yeah.
Hey, man, that
Adelson.
dude, Blake Griffin, man, I can't stand that boy. I took a picture of him in the game. I blew it up just based on I was
Mhm.
there and took a picture.
Yeah, yeah. Blake, I mean, the only player that I personally had a problem with was Rick Fox.
Oh,
And I met Rick
Rick
Fox at
Fox.
summer. Rick
man,
Fox,
you
yeah, I
don't
met
like
Rick Fox.
nobody, man.
Rick Fox in summer league. That's
You
what
How you
happened.
probably
Rick,
get
you
Rick
probably
Fox?
don't even like
let me
Derek
finish, man.
Fisher.
Look, hey, look, you trying to turn me into Charleston White over here? That ain't me. But anyway, I meet Rick Fox at summer league, man, and it wasn't just me. It was me and Mickey and a few other people at summer league. Now I didn't talk to 3D. I didn't even talk to Greg Saber, the cat to be wearing all them crazy suits,
Yeah,
the white dude. I didn't
yeah.
talk to a bunch of people that entertainment stars or whatever connected with basketball. All of them was cool. I get to Rick Fox. We speak to Rick Fox. Hey, what's up, Rick? Man, that nigga looked at us, man, like we had shit on our face and kept walking. He ain't say nothing. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with this motherfucker? You think you all the way up there and all the
Hey,
way up there better than somebody or some shit.
hey, man, you sound like my uncle. My
Who?
uncle, he was high up in Anheuser-Busch and Nestle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he's cool with, man, you name him, he's cool with almost any entertainer or athlete, he's cool with them. And so he goes to a banquet and Kobe Bryant's there. Now he's talking to everybody and Kobe comes by and wave and he speaks to Kobe and Kobe does the same thing to him. He hate Kobe all the way till he died, man.
Yeah, that can rub you the wrong way, man. And I mean, I've met a lot of movie stars and people on that level, comedians and all that, and they all, well, Rick Fox was the only one that I met, that entertainer or whatever you want to call him, that treated me like that. And yeah, what like I said, Black Warrior Spirit, Pretty Ricky, what they call him.
Pretty Ricky, what they call him. Man, I met Rick Fox and he was cool. I met him at the airport and he was
Okay,
cool. I met him at LAX one time when I think that was like the first time I went to Miami.
all right.
And
So you had a different
yeah, he was cool.
response
He
to
was chill. Yeah, he was cool and
that.
chill. But I could
Yeah,
get that. It's people that you meet people when they rub you the wrong way. You be like effing for
yeah,
the rest of his life.
right. And here's another little part. One time I went to I guess it was Burger King. They was passing out these bobbleheads, and I got a Rick Fox bobblehead, and
Threw that motherfucker away.
I gave it to my mother, man, and she was like, "I don't want no damn Rick Fox bobblehead." She didn't like Rick Fox either. And later on, that's when the situation happened between me and Rick Fox. And I'm like, now I see why mom didn't like your ass, nigga.
That's
Shit.
crazy,
I still got that bobblehead too, right downstairs, man. Still got it. Yeah.
man.
But
My
but my mother was a Steph Curry fan, boy. She loved that damn Steph Curry, boy. Yep.
my grandma works for Magic and Kareem, and she loved Magic and Kareem. You couldn't say nothing wrong about them
Yeah. I ain't
at
gonna say
all.
nothing about Kareem or Magic tonight. I hope that I was hoping that they would give Kareem a play, but Kareem came too close after Muhammad Ali, and you had a lot of Jewish people that are in control of the media that looked at that Muslim thing kind of side eyed, and they stifled his career and made it like he was this mad evil genius or some shit, man, that they didn't want to have nothing to do with. But they never gave Kareem no play, man. I think the Lakers might have gave him a job as like assistant or something, like helping somebody learn how to shoot, trying to teach somebody that skyhook, but they never learned it. Yep. But
Lou Alcindor.
yeah, when he was Lou Alcindor, oh, they loved him. But when he became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they must started hating his ass.
Exactly. And then just like Ali, and when he died, then they act like he was just their favorite all along.
Exactly. They ain't giving you no heartbeat props. They're gonna wait till you gone and then try to give you some.
Exactly. And act like he was the greatest gift to the country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so you want to go into the Sheldon Adamson thing?
Yeah, we can. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, it's a lot of these Vegas guys that was big billionaires that a lot of people don't even know about. Like, they don't know the history, they don't know where they was from. Like, people just hear that Vegas mob thing and think that the mob created all these casinos that's here now, and they think that that's where it came from. But you had a wave in between that where it was, no more them Teamsters pensions fund money. That's how they built them original casinos. How the mob built the casinos. But then you had dudes that came in, Sheldon Adelson, Kurt Kerkorian, and kind of Howard Hughes too. But he kind of didn't. He didn't really build much. But them other dudes and Steve Wynn, they built.
Sure.
Yeah, they built stuff, from the ground up. But Sheldon Adelson is a perfect example of how you get stuff done and what you do with your money. So Sheldon Adelson is Jewish, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And that's where he put his money. He made all of this money, and he was the biggest donator for Trump.
Oh, yeah. I know that.
Him and his wife gave billions to Trump. They gave billions for their agenda, and not their agenda in Vegas and the United States, because they already had that sold up. They gave billions to help Israel. That's what they want. That's what they wanted the agenda to be pushed. They wanted things, in Israel. He was a big backer of the prime minister of Israel, the one that's
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu. Yeah, he, basically put money into him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when you want things done in this country, that's how you get it done. All the lip service, like, people could tell you whatever, like, I'm gonna run for president, vote for me, but I'm gonna do this for you, and I'm gonna look out for these group of people. But if you don't have no money, they not really beholden to you. Like, they don't have to do anything. They could tell you they're gonna do it, but who gonna really do it? You know what I'm saying? But you got to put your money where your mouth is, as a group or as a person, or if you have certain agenda. If as Black people, if we came together, put our money together, and had a person we want this person to be in charge, he's 75% of what he does is gonna have to be in our best interest, because we the ones that got him in there and put that money up, and to get him, that presidency. But if not, like, that's what I always say, like, you can't help nobody when you broke. Like, you could be a great person, you could have a great mind, you could be smart, you could be a genius, but if you broke, you can't help nobody. You can't do nothing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Wait, we got somebody else up in here, man. Who are you, Kick? Kick, what you eating, man?
Oh, somebody else. I agree with what you're saying. I don't.
What you eating, man?
Hello, can you hear me? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we hear you good.
Greek yogurt. What are you going to raise? You guys are going to raise some money? What you got? 350 between all of you to put together for some presidential candidate?
Yeah.
Oh,
350,
man.
huh?
Is that not enough? That's not enough for you?
But who do you want to be president? What do you want? A full black man? Obama wasn't enough for you?
Nah, he wasn't. Yeah, we want a full black man. We want somebody from the hood, actually. Shit.
Why do you want that? What do you want to destroy the country?
No,
Oh,
actually,
man.
hold on. Actually, it doesn't have to be a black person to progress my agenda, your agenda, whoever's agenda. It could be anybody. You can run for president. How about we put our money up and give it to you, and you be the
smart
president?
man. Well, I like the way you're thinking already because you're a smart and discerning individual by saying that. You'd be correct. I should be president because I have a good curriculum and everything. But let me ask you, what is
Yeah,
your?
you look like Peyton Manning.
Who the hell is that?
Peyton Manning, the football. You don't know who Peyton Manning
Let
is?
him finish. Let him
Is he,
finish.
good, is he good looking? That's why I remind me of him.
Oh.
Okay, who's your ideal candidate?
I don't have an ideal candidate. I have an ideal agenda.
What's your agenda?
The furtherment of my people, of black people.
Furtherment of the black people?
Yes.
Do you think that's possible?
Absolutely. Yo, you tripping me. Like, you eating yogurt with a fork, dog. You ain't got no spoon?
No, I didn't wash it. I'm a fucking...
All right.
Yeah.
You ain't got no woman over there, man? I ain't gonna give you a business. My bad. That just threw me off, but go ahead.
I'm sexless. I have no poontang.
Yeah.
Okay.
But one thing you got to understand, and one thing you got to realize about my people, about black people, is that after all the oppression for the last 400 years that we've been through, we always come through it. We always survive it, and we always come out on top. So every time you try to hold us back with your rhetoric and your nonsense, we always win. We always win.
Okay,
so the thing about it is, and the more you try to suppress us, the more you destroy yourselves.
Okay,
you don't destroy us. We get stronger. We get stronger while you get weaker.
Okay, that's very nice of you. I wasn't concerning that, but since you're a black supremacist, let me put you in your place.
I sure am.
Fries in the bag, nigga. Fries in the bag, nigga. Let me put you in your place.
What you say?
Excuse me. He's rude. He's a black supremacist. Now I'm going to tell you what's what.
Did you call me a what? What you call me, Peckerwood?
Wait. I want to have a conversation with him. I want to have a conversation with him, man. I wanted to have a conversation with him.
Man, not with that.
I ain't going for no N-word for no.
No, fuck that.
I'm not either. I wasn't with that, but you know what I'm saying. We can let him.
Why you took Charlie Kirk off of here, man? I want to talk.
Yeah, let him talk. Man, I want to have a conversation with him.
Y'all can talk shit and debate all you want, but I ain't going for no N-word.
No, I ain't like that either. But I wanted to talk to him, man. I want to let him have his conversation.
No, fuck that. He don't understand. But when it comes down to it, black people are the strongest people that you can ever deal with. We've dealt with all this bullshit, everything that we've dealt with for the last 400 years. And each time we come out on top, each and every single time. We've survived and we get better and stronger each and every single time. So you can't throw that out there like, well, you some white supremacist. White supremacy is the biggest lie that was ever taught to anybody, especially white people. They believe that lie, but they're not supreme to us. And how you gonna be supreme to the original people that was original people on the planet? I mean, and we have evolved, and they have never evolved from being animalistic and murderers, thieves, and criminals to where we as a people have sympathy. We have something that we have that they don't have. They don't have sympathy and empathy for human beings. They don't have it.
You can't talk to them like that.
If black people in America have 12 DNA numbers, we have 12 DNA numbers. White people have 6. Monkeys have 5. So the white man is only 1 DNA sequence above a monkey. So they have those animalistic tendencies, but we're beyond that because we have evolved beyond that foolishness and all that bullshit, man. So take your crap someplace else.
If you still come back, man.
But sometimes white folks need to be talked to. That's why they sitting here and they tell around to hear what black conversations
Yeah,
are.
but see, you
There's
don't.
nothing. Let
If
me
you
say
want to
this.
talk,
Let me say this,
talking
KP.
is
Let me
one
say this.
thing. Talking is one thing, but when you get to the
Let me say
point
this,
where you have to call people out of their name, then
but
you
still,
taking it to a whole nother level.
let me get this point out. But still, these conversations need to be had because in these groups they coexist in, they speak like this. They have these beliefs that not neither they believe in, and they women sure in the hell don't believe in none of what they speak. This is the
Right.
thing about what's happening within white society. Is their women are migrating towards other. There's nothing that a white woman gets from the pleasure that white dudes do with them in bed.
They don't want
There's
them.
things
They
that are
no longer
missing.
want them.
There are
So
things that white women are missing from laying down with these foods. And
they're
this is the reason
losing.
why they don't have children with them and their birth
They're
rates are down. And that's the
exactly.
thing
They're
that hurts
losing.
these young white males. White
Yeah.
male virginity, the numbers are escalating because the women
Exactly.
don't want nothing to do with them.
They don't want to
The
have nothing to do with them.
You
So
see, my
that's
boy was over here there eating yogurt with a fork. Get in hand, no
yeah.
woman
That's
over
why
here watching
they get
TV or nothing.
upset. They get upset and mad because they can't handle the fact that it's somebody black that has more intelligence than they do, and they can't handle the truth. They can't handle the real truth. But so that all the name calling and all that is like, no, you take that bullshit someplace else and go on over there to going over there to what's the white dude's name
Finna
that
get it popping
supported
in
Trump?
here,
Go to one
man.
of them Trump pages and talk to mess
I
with
was
one of them
finna,
Trump pages.
I was finna spank him with the truth, man. That's why he had to get out of bounds like that, man. He didn't want to hear none of this. Man, I was finna spank him,
Nah,
man.
Man, that's all
Man,
white
anytime
folks need. A
let
lot
me
of them
get
need
you
to
him.
hear the
start,
truth, man. We for too long, people have sat back and let them run narratives, and the
Yeah,
narratives have been so accepted as truth. And now
Right.
that you have the internet, a lot of that shit gets dispelled. Name nothing.
it
This country,
does.
the dysfunction of
It
this
does.
country has
A
been
lot of
done by dudes, by
you're right.
low.
You're 100% right. It has been. It
That's why
has
they
been.
come here. They mess everything up over in Europe, bring their little dingy asses over here, and they do the same goddamn thing. And then we sit back and think we're supposed to trust these fools to
Right.
lead anything. And black
I'll
folks
tell anybody black right now, do not try to be like them. If you're trying to emulate white people and you're trying to fit in with them, why would you want to be like them? It's nothing that they do that can increase anything for you. It's nothing that they can do or say that can make your life better. Their whole job and what they think is their whole agenda is to destroy you. But one thing they don't understand is that every time they try to destroy us, God makes us stronger every single time. So they're
Oh,
fighting against principalities and powers that invisible powers that they have no control over. All the stuff that Trump is doing right now against black people is making black people stronger. It's not making us weaker because we sitting back. Everybody's out there protesting and running up and down the street. Black folks are sitting back and say, let God handle this. And that's exactly what's happening. White people losing their farms. They're losing all their benefits. They're losing everything that they use. They're losing it all. And black people are still good. We still good. So it's like, because we have lived so long without that we know how to survive without. We got black farmers out there that got black farms that are thriving because we wasn't hiring Mexicans to do the work. We got our own people out there working on the farm. So it's like, yeah, man, we're not those idiots that they think we are, and like they would like us to be, and they're not. If they want to be disrespectful like that, go play that game on your platform. Don't bring that bullshit over here. Don't bring that bullshit over here because hey, it's not worth it. It's not worth the hassle. I don't have to prove nothing to these crackers. Let them do what they're gonna do on your show.
Yeah,
Bring that shit over here.
like I said, I would have let him be disrespectful and debate, but not using no racist word. That's out.
No, no, no. Don't bring
That's
that
how he
crap.
knew. That's how you knew he lost, man. It was over with for him.
Yeah, thank
Like he
you.
don't believe in nothing he taught. His thing
Thank
comes
you.
from his insecurities, how inferior he
Right.
feels
And so
in the
he
presence of black folks. So that's why they spew out words like that. The N word,
exactly.
it don't mean nothing. It
Oh,
don't mean
Exactly.
nothing.
Keystone, you
Beyond
missed
that.
it, man. Keystone, you
Exactly.
missed
Yeah.
it.
So when cats come off like that, when they do that and they come off like that, that's the way they were raised. They were raised to be that way, thinking that they're so-called supreme to you, but they've been lied to. They've been lied to. I mean, even looking at the Bible, how they try to whitewash the Bible and make Jesus white and all that European. There wasn't no white people over there in Africa, hot ass Africa. All them people that were in the Bible that was all about black people. That was about us. That wasn't about them. The Bible was not about Europeans, with the exception of when the Romans went over there to Israel and they tried to take over. But when Jesus hid, he went to Egypt and hid in Egypt, and the Egyptians were the Cushites. They were black. So for him to fit in like that, it's like, come on, man. Moses' wife was black. She was from Ethiopia. And his sister got cursed by God because she didn't like him being married to a black woman. And God cursed her and turned her white with leprosy. So our people are more than what you think we are. We're a spiritual people. We've always been a spiritual people, and we're closer to God than any other people on the planet because we've been through so much. This is our last 400 years of oppression that ended. This is it. We've been oppressed by the Babylonians. We've been oppressed by the Egyptians, and this is the last time we're going to be oppressed by people. That's it. The shit's over. We're coming out on top.
But even with like speaking on that, and the thing you brought up about with black farmers and how we didn't use Mexican labor and things like that. But it also goes to the point with the arrival of foreigners who want to be white, foreigners who live in white spaces, foreigners who assimilate and think white, and then come over here and thinking as if they belong more here and treat blacks as if they're strangers and don't belong. And it's time for blacks to start waking up and learning how to address these foreigners and putting them in their damn place. Because right now they're getting a wake-up call. Immigration has a particular face to it, but black folks from America with lineage here ain't a part of that. It ain't nothing bigger than this. And
they mad. They mad about that. They mad because we not getting deported. They like, didn't y'all know that the people didn't know that black people couldn't be deported. It's like, how are we going to be deported when we've been here for generation after generation after generation after generation after generation? Y'all just coming here. We've been here for hundreds of years. So how you going to fucking deport us when we came over here? Actually, we was already here before the damn Europeans got here. And them crackers know it. They know it. The Nietzsche and the Geechee Gula tribes and all that, we was already fucking here. So, yeah, we've been lied to, man, with that whole lie about everybody black is a slave. That's a lie too.
See, that's why you gotta spank them with the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even think we capable enough of having these conversations. They think we dumb. You know what I'm saying? So when you come through and you spank them with the facts and there's nothing that they could say, you know what I'm saying? You might be done converted them. You know what I'm saying? They might get on our side. You know what I'm saying?
There was no converting that guy. That guy there. That's just like trying to convert a Trump lover.
Been converted because he would have been left. He would have been left with something that sat on his brain, and it would have converted. Because a lot of what they get taught.
But he's probably still listening, so he can get it this way. He can listen and learn.
Because what they get taught is a lot of BS. Man. Like I said,
I
always tell this story about, man, when we was young black kids at this camp. This little, I don't know where the hell this camp come from, but we got a bunch of prisoners as counselors, and it's nothing but black kids at this camp. And we may get about like 15 counselors, something like that, all of them black, but it's this one white dude standing out every day with his shirt off, swastikas, N-word. I'm talking his whole body completed and nothing because he was Aryan Brotherhood.
Yeah.
And convert over to Christ and all this other stuff. But this dude, and when we finally, because we was thinking about bashing his full head in, we finally have a conversation and talking with this old dude. He opens up about his lifestyle. He get taught all this stuff by his relatives. And the all-white community live nowhere around black folks. But everybody he done physical harm to look like him. But they harbor these views. Even when I went to the military, it's the same thing in there. You're around all these white folks who got all this ish to say about black folks, don't live around them, have all these negative things to speak about them. But when we get into these groups where everybody intermix culturally, the white ones be doing the weirdest shit. But they stand out and be on the weirdest stuff. They do some of the most demonic shit. When we send troops to war, they be the ones over there committing some of that ill, atrocious shit. Like these fools
Yep.
is, and they think,
And
and it's some black folks, and especially these foreigners that want to sit behind and be taught how to go about living life. Like fools, y'all come to this country after these white folks done went in your country, bombed it, killed your whole family off, bring you over here and tell you to watch out for the blacks. You got to be told
Exactly.
this damn people walking this damn planet.
Exactly.
and
And you know
when you know
who's the
that
worst? Who's the worst when it comes to that? It's the Asian community. They
Yeah,
already got a built-in hate when they get here. They're so busy trying to assimilate with white people to where they'll vote for their own worst interests, the same just like those Cubans did, and the same just like the Mexicans did with this Trump election. They voted against their own best interests because they hate black people so bad, and they've been brainwashing to hating us, and they don't even know us. You have never taken the time to even get to meet us or talk to
Look,
us.
you know that they say that that's the most dangerous demographic right now. That young to middle-aged Caucasian male with no woman sitting in the house on his computer all day 24/7. That's the most dangerous demographic in America right now. That's who you need to be afraid of, because those is the ones.
Not afraid of. That's who you need to be aggressive with.
That's who they need to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? Not us,
Yeah.
but that's what they do. They shooting up schools. They shooting up concerts. They shooting up, just they going to random places just to, shoot and kill innocent people because they mad at the world because they ain't got nothing. He's sitting at home eating yogurt with a fork. I done been fucked up. I ain't never been that fucked up. Never. You ain't got no woman. You ain't got no dishes. The bro said, and then he did it in front of a camera. He was not even ashamed of it. Like nobody was gonna see it. That shit threw me off. I'm like, this nigga, first of all, just eating raw yogurt like that. They ain't got no flavor on it or nothing. Like he going through it. Talk about how smart he was. Nigga, them smarts need to get you some money so you can at least get you some strawberry yogurt or something, nigga. Oh man, that shit
you might run into a strawberry here and there.
Exactly.
Now,
but
now that person made a comment, and I agree with that comment. There are some black people that out there to try to assimilate too. There are, but that's a small percentage. But when it comes down to it, a lot of black people have been brainwashed too into hating their own people, into hating themselves, like Tim Scott and what's the Herschel Walker and all these cats and Clarence Thomas and all. They hate themselves every time they look at themselves in the mirror. How come I couldn't have been born white? But they don't understand. It's like, I don't want to be like those losers. I don't want to be like them that are always trying to oppress people and always trying to keep people down and always trying to thinking that people should look up to them. Why should I want to live like that? I don't want to have nothing to do with nothing you do, period. I'm living my life as a black man. I don't lie to myself thinking white people are my friends. I've never done that. And I had people at work used to be like, oh, my white friends at work. You ain't got no white friends at work. You got white people that you work with. They ain't your friends. They ain't inviting you to no picnic or telling you to come to their house for Thanksgiving. So fuck that. Don't lie to yourself thinking that they like you because they don't. They've been taught to hate you.
I could give a fuck less if they like me, hate me, whatever. That's fine. Like today.
That's what I'm saying. Be you.
Today I'm setting up Christmas lights in front of my house. It's a white guy in the street. And he playing football or something. He got a little son. The little son run over here, play with my daughters and stuff. The little son, he might be, a little autistic or something. He think everybody's his friend, but I'm friendly. Come on over here and you want to play? They playing in the backyard and stuff. And the dad was like, "Oh, okay, it's cool." I explained to him and I showed him my house, my backyard, make sure it's fine. I'm blowing up the jumper for him and everything. Dad said it was cool at first. He come back after 5 minutes like, "Oh, I thought my wife said it was cool, but my wife said she wanted me to grab." I'm like, "Oh, it's cool. Yeah, go ahead, grab him." Like, but anytime, it's not a problem. He could play right here or whatever. But I'm like, it started to go through my mind like, is the wife like, nah, I don't want him playing with them niggas. Who, whether she did or not, I could give a fuck less. You know what I'm saying? The kid was over here. He seen how hospitable I was. He seen how my house is. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got toys and shit over here. My daughter's got playrooms and their own rooms and jumpers and everything over here. If you want to come play, nigga, he can come play. Whether his mama like it or don't like it, who gives a fuck? But yeah, I'm still a nigga. I live in the suburbs, but yeah, I'm still a nigga. But
you living better than him, man. I'm gonna tell you, the average
And I
white
don't
person
care.
when you go in a white person's house, the average white person's house is fucking empty. They ain't got no furniture in that motherfucker.
You see
They
our
they
boy
look
that
at
was just on here. His
they look
background
they
looked like he was
He
putting
looked like he
together
was
a
in a
bomb or something.
They
he
got a
looked like he
dog
was in a trap house.
Cocker spaniel and some shit in that motherfucker.
man, look, those motherfuckers. I had a multi-millionaire that lived in Beverly Hills that I worked for. That worked for at the Crippled Children's Society. He was the president of the Crippled Children's Society, and I dropped him off. And when we pulled up at Bel Air, the guard had his hand on his gun. I'm dropping this guy off because he's such an alcoholic. He didn't even have a driver's license, so he always had somebody dropping him off. Man, I go up to his crib. That motherfucker's house was empty. It had no furniture in that some bitch. And so it's like, where the damn furniture at? But they give you that illusion of wealth. Illusion of wealth. You go in the average black person's crib, oh man, they got their crib laid out, man. They got some nice furniture. They got this motherfucker laid. Even in the projects, motherfucker laid on the inside. You go in the house. So we live a different way, a different lifestyle. They want to give you that illusion of grandeur that, it's like, no, y'all just magicians. Take that shit and go back to Transylvania with that bullshit. I don't want to hear it.
Hey, the other thing, because I seen the dudes putting about the foreigners, man. The thing about foreigners and what I speak about them assimilating towards being in the good grace of whites is a fact. And Asians had that shit real bad, especially when they first start. I don't know when they first start coming over here, but as a kid back in the early 80s, I remember seeing when they start taking over stores in the communities and the way in which they'll follow you around. I'm talking about we little kids walking their stores, follow you around, assuming that you're stealing something. This is well before Menace put it in the film and before Latasha Harlins get killed by the Asian lady. This was a practice of them. And it was like, man, they ain't just pop this out their head. They come over here being taught this falsified crap by whites who are allowing them to come over because it's something to immigration. It makes no sense that you get such large groups that just all of a sudden move into this country by the masses.
By force.
And they replace people.
Yep.
And there's something behind that. And there's someone teaching them this crap. And then you go generations down the line and you get some white dude like Trump who's upset by it. And because of the fact that you have now empowered these people, these people have learned to create their own. They have established themselves in the economic system. They're pushing the whites to the side who can't compete with them. And then now you make this outcry about a border. Y'all bringing them here. You're teaching them about these jobs. They come through back doors. They get employed. And then now you can't control it because they
didn't give a fuck as long as they was taking that small money. But when the Mexicans started unionizing like they do here in Vegas, they started unionizing and started demanding more money. Now they want them gone. So they're looking for a new demographic of people that's going to come in and be slaves. So it's like, yeah, come on, man. Now, when they went over there and got them white people from Africa, the South Africa, Trump was like, oh, they trying to kill them, these farmers. How come you didn't send them to work on some of them farms? You ain't do that. But, you always talking to man, them cats, man, are just so full of games and so full of crap to where you can't, sometimes you can't keep up with the amount of madness that they throw at you. So you gotta focus on what you're doing. You gotta be aware of what's going on, but you don't all the time have to participate in that nonsense, So it's like, yeah, man, just miss me with the dumb shit. That's all I'm saying. Miss me.
Hey, that lazy fool with that fork eating his yogurt, he sure ain't gonna get the job. He probably don't get
hell no.
Goddamn
man. Now he's the one that need to be working on the farm because he don't have enough education to do anything else. I had a white dude. I went to Arco gas station one night. It's about 2 a.m. And I'm going to get some gas, and he got this talk radio on, whatever, far right talk radio was on. He in there mopping the floor. And so we had a quick conversation. At the time Barack Obama was president, this motherfucker working at 3 a.m, mopping the floor, thought he knew more about being a president than Barack Obama. So I'm like, come on, man, get out of here with this dumb shit. They all do. Yep.
even
Yep.
back, to what he was asking me, like, oh, who, I didn't say nothing about who I wanted to be president, right? Like, this is what people have to start doing, like listening to actually listen instead of just taking what you want out of it. Listen to exactly what I said. My point was of trying to get our people of what we can do to get things better for us. But he talking about who do you want to be president? Obama wasn't black enough. It don't matter who. An example I gave was Sheldon Adelson. He a Jewish man. He giving money to George Bush and Donald Trump. Those is white men. They not the same as him. My point is money talks. Anybody could be bought, especially for that presidential seat. As far as judges, senators, Congress
All
people,
of them.
mayors,
All of them.
everybody could be bought. But you have to have something to offer. Just like any other relationship, you can't come in here with nothing. You have to have something to offer for me to do what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? And we've never had that. Nobody ever got up there pushing no agenda for black people. That's why I ain't never went down there and casted no vote, no matter how anybody feel about it. That's my view. If you don't have nothing for me and my people on the table, what do I need to go down there voting for you for?
Right.
So it could be anybody. It could be a white man.
When he mentioned Barack Obama, that lets you know how ignorant he was, because black people didn't elect Barack Obama. White people was the one that put him in that position. If black people were the ones that propped him up, it's not enough of us in the United States to elect a president. It's not.
You did have like 90% of black people who voted for him.
It's the power of us. Even with statistic numbers, I don't buy into this 14% of the population. I think a lot of the numbers get distorted in immigration and the way in which whites can cloud census counts. Black folks have a great influence over politics. And when black people are politically engaged, we shift the needle on it. That's why there's always an assault of
we can shift. I agree with what you're saying. We can shift the needle, but I don't think it's enough of us to elect anybody.
There's definitely enough of us, because even the influence with us in this country is unmatched. When we position ourselves that way politically, you watch what they doing in Texas. You watch what all these old redneck politicians are doing to rig elections, gerrymandering lines and all that stuff. And that's a way of trying to keep blacks control and influence from shifting, Democrats more than likely, because that's where we vote, going into place. But even with the white dude, when you brought up about putting a black candidate, the thing with white folks like that and this fear they have is about them losing this country. The one thing that they must understand, America ain't Europe. America ain't meant to be no goddamn white nation in its creation. Maybe, but there was a war fought where we were smoking people who look like the fool eating yogurt on here. We smoked y'all. Y'all lost that. This is not a white country. And this is even with this mass influx of foreigners who have to understand that America is supposed to be a nation that you go to fixing things for Americans. All this old red and blue crap that they done injected in here for these fools to step in there and do absolutely nothing. People got to wake up from that dumb shit. I don't care. You're a Republican president. You're a Democratic president. You're a senator, House of Representatives. Your thing is to serve the goddamn people. This country looks disgusting when you move around it. Everywhere you look, people eating out of trash, sleeping in tents, sleeping in cars. Like, what kind of shit? And then we prop up billionaires boasting their wealth and stuff. Like, some of the sickest.
Yep. Ain't that the weirdest shit? That's the weirdest shit that could ever happen. Because you can just ride through LA and go down Crenshaw, and then by the time you get to Wilshire, the neighborhood changes. Then you make a left on Wilshire and you run into all these other neighborhoods with all this money. And it's like, well, how in the fuck did they get all that money over there and it ain't no money over here? So I took my boys through that neighborhood, and then I took them downtown on Skid Row, and I showed them what it looks like when you give up on life, when you give up on life. I showed them all those neighborhoods. I say these people over here in Beverly Hills, these are doctors and lawyers and people that work in the movie industry and all that. They went to college and they learned, but they had also had connections. Connections is the key word, because if you don't have the connections, I don't care what color you are, you ain't getting your foot in the door. They stop us from achieving a lot of things using the connections and using the slamming the door on us to keep us so-called in our place, because they fear that once we get control over our own resources, that we'll no longer need them, and we'll no longer be their quote unquote slaves any longer. Like you got people that are slave to the welfare system. They're slave to working these garbage $2 hour jobs, these garbage jobs. You're making them rich. So if you stop making going along with their program, then you disrupt the whole thing. And that's what I was trying to do with the whole thing that I was working on with the other people that I came in cahoots with, as far as like not going out buying and shopping at Walmart and Target and Home Depot and all these stores on, for like Black Friday all the way through. They said December 3rd. I'm saying January 15th. Keep your money in your pocket. We spend over $1 trillion a year making other people's neighborhoods spectacular when our neighborhood in every major city look like a bomb dropped on it because the money's been sucked out the hood.
This always been my philosophy, right? You got two types of people in this world. You got haves and have-nots. It's up to you to decide what side you want to be on. When you get to talk about Democrats, Republicans, that ain't nothing but political gangbanging. It don't matter who.
It don't matter. They all the same.
It don't matter. So red side or blue, yeah, they all the same. So it don't really matter. Yep. Any of them could be bought. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, are we going to change something? You know what I'm saying? Are we going to do something? Are we going to get a foot in the game? Or are we going to be outside looking in, knocking on the door? You know what I'm saying? Just seeing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? How do we get into the game? How do we be a viable either ally or enemy? You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, it's like we ain't worried about them and what they gonna do. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing.
Right now is a smooth transition time because a lot of black people are sitting back and they're not getting involved and they're not getting sucked in to the bullshit. Like all the people going out protesting and all that. And they like, I ain't going out there. Y'all had a chance to vote for Kamala, but you voted for Trump. Now you want us to go out there and protest because of the shit you did? No, you fix it. You fix that. And we're going to sit back and watch what you do. And don't call on us because we ain't coming. We're not coming.
It's a good teachable moment for them to go through it. It's about time some people go through a suffering. So.
We done already paid our dues for 400 years. We've been the only ones fighting. We've been the only ones fighting for rights in this country. The only ones. But other people have come here from other countries and they have benefited from our fights more than we have. You see what I'm saying? So it's sad, man. It's sad.
Somebody in the comments said, that was Keystone. He said, I have to disagree with the brother. The civil rights was an agenda that got pushed through voting. I disagree with that statement because I believe that the civil rights movement was pushed through the streets and the actions first. If it had not been for the bus boycotts, if it had not been for the sit-ins, if it had not been for the Black Panther parties first, doing the free lunch programs and stuff like that, you don't you don't just go down there and just vote and then that changes something. It has to get done in the streets first. So that's what I'm talking about. How we need to get together in the streets first.
That's still political action.
It is, but he said, but he said,
it ain't gonna never change anything.
It was pushed through voting, and I believe it was. But
you can't get nothing accomplished without somebody striking a pen or something.
Of course, but what comes first? The action.
You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the work
first. The actions, even what you're speaking about, the actions are all still political, regardless of you labeling.
Yeah, they are. They are.
I agree with that. But I'm just saying from what he said, you know what I'm saying? Because let's keep it real. Them laws and the vote, that don't come till way later. You got to put the work in 5, 6, 7, 8 years before you even get to a ballot or a bill or something like that.
About actually, it was 20 years worth of work. 20 years worth of work that had got put in.
That's because you're dealing with a stubborn class of whites back then too.
Right, and they still stubborn. Right today, they trying to get back to that. But here's what happened. Every time we
compared to the current whites.
Every time we get out of a system, just like we got it, and they came up with the civil rights thing, and they came up with the voting rights initiative and all that. And as soon as we got out of that, we had a good 10 years from 65 to 75. And that's when they started pumping the drugs into the community. That's when they switched over and started doing mass incarcerations. And so they took back what they gave us, and they took away a lot of the power of the vote by locking up more black men, and they locked more black men up. So now we got to start all over again. The bad part about that is when you start dealing with political issues, they don't even come to the hood no more like they used to. They used to come to the hood and kind of, pat us on the butt a little bit and say, yeah, vote for me. Now they bypass us and go to the Hispanics. Now let's see who they're going to go to next. Who they going to go to next? Because you done grabbed a lot of the Hispanics and ran them out the country. Who you going to go to next? Are you going to bring another class of people here from someplace else?
They're going to come back having to follow what blacks have always been trying to teach you. That's what's going to end up happening.
And see,
blacks have to be organized. Blacks have to be more educated. And blacks have to be
get this money.
more defined in how to go about political action.
Right.
Because it was hell to pay going back through what older blacks went through that people fell asleep on. Even Vietnam, like you bring up the drugs, Vietnam crushed the damn community as well.
Vietnam was all about drugs. Vietnam and Afghanistan both were about drugs. It wasn't about no oil. It wasn't about none of that other stuff. It was heroin over in Vietnam, and it was heroin in Afghanistan. So they told a lie, telling, well, we're going over there to help the Vietnamese. No, they wasn't. They was going to get the damn dope. It was going to get the drugs. Just like the shit Trump is doing right now in Venezuela. He's down there shooting boats and blowing boats up. They want to take over the drug trade. That's tax-free money. Billions of dollars in tax-free money. So if Ollie North and all those military jets was bringing all that cocaine in the United States in the 80s that Freeway Rick got from the Iran-Contra situation, they keep supplying the drugs. Trump can blow up as many boats as he want to blow up, and I guarantee the drugs will still be on the streets because they're bringing it in now. They're bringing it in. So don't ever be fooled by the illusion that they try to put up in your face. You think he give two shits about them Mexicans coming across the border? No, he want to control how the drugs come across the border. That's what he wants to control. Tax-free money. And you think Trump don't want his hand on tax-free money? Come on, man.
Hey, it's crazy with bringing the drug thing up. Is like how we look at, and it's crazy that the fall guys be like the Rayful Edmonds, the Freeway Ricks, and the money we talk about that they made. They was making crumbs compared to what the dudes who was part of.
Thank you, crumbs.
And then even when they because I was reading what's the white Gary Webb's book, and where he get all this information when they were catching these goddamn Nicaraguan cats and bringing these fools through their little investigations, these fools are being released, sent back to their country. Even the white dude Blandon was able to, after being caught with all this stuff, he was caught with.
He was Nicaraguan.
Set Rick Ross up again. But imagine how much money
he set Rick Ross up when he wanted to quit. That's when he set him up. So it's like, yeah, you a good. In other words, they patting him on the back. You a good boy, Rick. You a good boy, Rick. You helping us make a ton of money.
Blandon flipped when they wasn't backing him up no more. When the government wasn't, when they wanted to send him to jail because they wasn't backing him no more. So then, boom, now Rick the fall guy, and this will go off and go back to Nicaragua and start a legitimate company. You know what I'm saying? With dope money. You know what I'm saying?
But look how crazy that was. When Ronald Reagan's wife was talking about just say no, Ronald Reagan had the drugs coming into the country through Ollie North.
Right.
So don't look at the clown. Just like right now, everybody's looking at the clown. They're looking at Trump. You're looking at the clown. Don't look at the clown. Look at the person behind the clown.
Look at the
and
owner. That's
where you're gonna find the truth. That's where the truth is. But the truth lies.
And even with the white dude, like one of the things he said was, we black supremacists or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I sure am. I'm for my people. I ain't gonna lie about that.
But that's the difference in black and white, right? You have white supremacists. No such thing as black supremacists. Black people don't feel that we don't have this superiority complex. You know what I'm saying? Like we just want what's right for. We want our just
right for our people,
and we want our money. We want our 40 acres and a mule. We want everybody else got reparations.
But you cannot tell me not one black group of black people that were so-called, if they want to call black supremacists like the Muslims or whatever, they never attacked no white people. Never did. They never did none of the barbaric stuff that they've done to us. They've never done that. So, not even gangs. Not even gangs. There ain't no gangs out there like
It's no
Bloods,
such
Crips, or disciples going out looking for white people to kill?
it's no such thing as black supremacy. It's no such thing as black on black crime.
There's no such thing as white supremacy. The motherfuckers, man, I don't rock in
Yeah.
that white supremacy.
Yeah. It's all a lie. And they're the ones that suffer from that worse than we do because they believe that bullshit. They believe that they're supreme to us. They believe that lie.
It'd be the poor ass ones pushing it.
Thank you. And you know who got them by the strings? The white boy that went to college, that got an education. He's at the top of those groups. He's at the top of the little Nazi group. He's at the top of the little Klan group. And then he's using them like puppets. He's forcing them to go out and rob banks and all that and bring the money back to us so we can further the cause. They trying to be part of something. That's why that whole thing with Trump, when the election, you got all these poor crackers that was out there. Yeah, they wearing trash bags. They putting on diapers. They doing all this stupid stuff because they want to be part of something so bad that they was willing to do that, embarrass themselves looking like fools. And it's like, look at these crazy suckers. But when it came down to it, now all of them are, not all of them, but a lot of them are like, oh man, we made a mistake. We really made a mistake.
You see what happened when the food stamps ran out? Who was
food stamp? Thank you. They're the number one. They're the number one people that get food stamps and welfare is white Republicans. They're the number one.
Man,
all the red states, Kentucky, Mississippi, all those red states, they lead the country in welfare. They lead the country. They get more welfare than black folks do. So
and it'd be crazy. They be hiding the hell out them damn EBT cards because I rarely see white folks pull them out. They be incognito with that card.
Why is it such a bad thing that we just want better for our people, or we want more than what we got now? You know what I'm saying? We want a leg up in this. You know what I'm saying? We want a seat at the table, and you know that makes them get out their character.
I don't want a seat at the table. I really don't. I don't want a seat at the table. Because if I get a seat at the table, that means I have to follow their rules. I don't want to see that.
No, that don't mean you got to follow their rules. Trump don't follow their rules.
When you start dealing with, like you said about the EBT cards, and I catch white people in the store, 24-hour supermarket. I'd catch them in the store at 2:00, 3:00 in the morning, with their EBT cards, and I whip out $100 bill every time and pay for my one item.
Look at you, huh?
Yeah, you know, but. I'm just saying, man, I agree with what you're saying, my brother, but we have to look beyond the table. We got to create our own table. And then just like Farrakhan and them been saying it for the longest, get your own. We got enough black farms out there to supply a lot of black supermarkets, but we got to get going. The cat that played on the Wire, the guy that played Bump on the Wire, he opened up a few supermarkets, a couple down in New Orleans, a couple supermarkets and stuff. We got to get our own, man. That's all. Get our own, like it was when I was a kid growing up. Black people own everything in my neighborhood. They own all the stores. They own it all, man. But then now you go to that same neighborhood now, they don't own nothing.
Yep, and it's crazy seeing that. Like as a kid, I was a kid for a small period, maybe like 2-3 years before I start seeing the Koreans or whatever Asian group that is that run the stores. It wasn't even Mexican ownership like how it is now. I didn't really see Mexicans owning nothing until I came back from the military. But early on, it was like I seen black stores, black establishment, black people used to cut grass. Our lawn person used to be black all throughout the neighborhood.
That's what I'm saying.
Black ice cream truck people before the Mexicans took over. Then to start seeing Koreans just out of nowhere I was like, damn. Now Mexicans owning everything was like, man, it was like crazy how the wave of like with immigration just sweeps where we live at.
But each group comes in and they suck money out the hood. Like you're right, though. Go ahead, Kel.
I'm gonna mute everybody just to get something in. my opinion is, if we start our own table, we're gonna have to kill half our people in order to get on the same page.
Kev, you always go with that. Come on.
I don't think it'll be half.
I'm speaking from experience, and you guys can all have your own perspectives. But as far as we keep talking about it, it's just a wish. It's just a hope. It's a dream that we form a table.
I can see it happening. I can see it happening
But this
But
the
niggas,
because
you are
the
you.
power,
I don't know
the
how you
power,
can
the
see.
power is shifting. The power is
Listen,
shifting right now.
listen,
Just
but
like,
Cam.
just
everybody
like the
can't.
guy,
Listen,
just like the
KP.
brother in Africa. The brother
KP.
in Africa. Go
KP.
ahead. Go ahead.
You've been talking. I haven't interrupted. Look,
Go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
you don't like Magic Johnson. You don't like Rick Fox.
But
You
that
know
ain't
what
got
I'm
nothing to do
saying?
with this. That ain't got nothing to do with
Yes, you
this.
do. Because if we all at the table, you're gonna be side-eyeing the motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm a side at them as long as they got all them millions of dollars and they ain't doing nothing to help nobody in the hood. Really,
It's a fantasy to
minimum wage
me.
jobs is like that ain't no help.
It
It's
ain't
a
really their
fantasy
job
to
to take
me
care of people in the
because
hood neither, though. That's the other thing.
if I'm sitting down with Big U, niggas gonna hate me because I'm sitting with Big U.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
always going to be a degree
we
of haters out there, Kel.
so
The
we
That's
not.
minority or the majority, though?
I'm
it's
saying
going. I think it's a minority,
I
and
think
we
the
always
majority not.
I don't
Yeah, the
think it's a minority. I got too many motherfuckers experiences in my life, but that's just
right.
me. I'm not saying for y'all to
But
agree
you got
with
to
me.
think about your environment, though, Kev. That's like when I was drinking and using drugs. I was always around niggas using
And
drugs and drinking.
I'm
So I
sitting
thought
around.
everybody used drugs and drank. But when
Yeah.
I got out of that circle, I discovered there was a lot more people out there doing other things, man, that
So
was
how's
bigger
your
and better
table
things.
doing?
My what?
How's your table doing?
How's my table doing? I don't have a table.
So you got out of it for what?
I don't have a table.
That's what I'm saying.
And I
So
and
you
I've
got
never
out the
had a table.
environment.
So
What changed?
that's what changed was
I got
that
a cool
I was
table.
spinning my wheels when I got out of that. When I was spinning my wheels, man, I wasn't accomplishing anything. So
But
I had
even
to
like
change. I had to change.
look
Yeah.
at this the failure in like the tables you talking about, like even with like amongst gangs and stuff, is the type of leadership you have. You have a lot of the fact is you got a lot of people who are uneducated, a lot of people who come from conflict and beef with each other, people with poor conflict resolution skills, people that don't know how to dialogue, and people with no true understanding of what peace look like when they come from chaos. And that's
That's
the reason
true.
why gang leadership has always failed when trying to bring it to the table. You got too many high-head ass people and too many people who don't know how to put beefs aside until they get very old. And that's something that needs to be taught to young people. I think dialogue is crucial. I think people need to learn to talk more. People need to shed away with what's ignorant that we make cool, acceptable. We need to clean people up off of drugs and alcohol before they can ever begin to kind of come on accords for peace or guidance for people. You can't have people that's effed up trying to lead stuff and trying to bring solutions to stuff.
All
I
right,
think
listen.
certain leadership has to be chosen. People have to accept it, and then we have to better people through
Right.
education. We allowing way too much degenerate shit to be with what's pushed through the neighborhood, with what's lead, with what's
Yeah.
active, and that's the problem. You start to lose these young
Right.
folks. That's what
But
happened
those
with
people that you're talking about that are out there that are so-called leaders, we ain't never choose them. They put themselves out front, like Jesse Jackson and all of them. They put themselves out front. We didn't pick them.
Well,
Go ahead.
I agree 100% with everything Reggie just put down. I agree with all of that. Some of it I preach, some of it I don't. But gang members, and especially gang leaders are so minute in the population in America. It's a very tiny percentage.
Facts.
So it ain't a gang problem. It's much bigger than gangs and gang members. It's a
Yeah.
black
But don't
thing, man.
don't it
that's
start? It
a fact.
start with the right people though. Grabbing the right people. Even when we talking about gangs and stuff like that, and like, first of all, you have to have something to offer. If you have something to offer somebody, then people, is gonna listen. And even if you don't have nothing to offer, if you have the right people with you, you know what I'm saying, that have the right influence, the right amount of influence, you have to sometimes just focus on that. If you build your own table, we start off building our own table with 5 people, us 4 right here. If that's so strong and impactful, it can only grow from there. You have to build your table so strong that somebody can't come behind and break it. And then it
Mhm.
gets stronger and stronger and
Okay.
stronger and bigger. I'm not saying it's that easy.
No.
Shit
It's not
happens,
going to
like
be easy, but it can be done.
nothing's
No.
easy. Yeah, but all I'm saying is it's not impossible.
It's
You
not
plant
impossible.
you plant the seed and the seed grows. You know what I'm saying? And you get the fruit years or later on down from that tree. You know what I'm saying? So even when we have negative experiences, like I just be like, imagine if Malcolm and Martin was like, nah, these niggas ain't gonna never be down with it. You know what I mean? F them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just look out for myself and all. You know what I mean? Like shit, where we gonna? If we all think like that, shit, where we gonna be like? And I get, we all get discouraged. I get discouraged too. But it's like, man, I ain't gonna give up.
But the nation, to be honest, the Nation of Islam has set up great framework when you look at it, and not letting other people run the narratives. From when Elijah Muhammad set things up, yeah, they're not perfect. There's some imperfect things in the things that Farrakhan has set up, and especially with the type of people they go after. A lot of people see them, the people in the Nation of Islam as how sharp and all that, but what were they before that? Before they went and cleaned a lot of these dudes up. A lot of these dudes out here probably busting cats over the head, probably walking away from 20, 30-year sentences, but with what was fashion, bringing brotherhood, certain type of things of cleaning people up, and it can be done. Like you just have
it can be done. Yeah,
and
it
it's
can
some
be
people
done.
in their groups. You have teams that are actually coming together, and they build teams and foundations that are strong, and they make money together. And it's just from that. It's just like each own. You have to teach each other. However that term that
Each
phrase
one
goes.
teach one.
That.
Right. I think a lot of times the negativity that's thrown out in the media about Black people in general is so destructive, and it's so brainwashing that it even brainwashes us to a big degree, that we start believing the lies and we start believing the madness. And once you start believing all the negativity that people talk about you, then at that point you're broken. You're a broken person. So we got to start all over and build ourselves up ourselves. We can't ask a president to do it. We can't get a politician to do it. We're going to have to work collectively, like you said. Well, this person over here knows something, that person over there knows something, and put it all together. I think it can be done. I think it's going to take a lot of work, a lot of sacrifice, and it's going to be some people that are going to push against it, because those people are happy where they are right now. Just like your average house Negro is happy being a house Negro. So, hey.
So DJ gave a great spiel, right? KP basically emulating what DJ said. The bottom line, the common denominator to what both of y'all are saying is, how do we get everybody? I mean, what do we do about the people that ain't with it?
Yeah. The people that ain't with it, I think those people will eventually, after they see it start working,
you think they're
going to come to it. They're going to come to it.
They have
no choice.
Everybody like the phrase go. With Martin Luther King, everybody didn't join the Nation of Islam with Malcolm X.
But that's a perfect example. You know why? Because it still worked, even though everybody didn't join. It still worked, and eventually it still went and still caught on. The goal was accomplished.
It worked for them. It ain't worked for us.
It worked for us. It has worked for us because we're
what
not.
You mean when you say that?
Well, what are we complaining about? Why don't we just go join the nation?
Because it's a new front. It's a new attack. It's a new attack going on right now. That's why we can't get on the same page, because every time we get to a certain level of accomplishment, they change the rules. They change the rules.
I'm gonna go back to my original statement, and then I'm gonna yield. I'm gonna yield my time to the brothers.
Wait, I got a question though.
Wait, hold on, DJ, because I'm about to retire and just let y'all talk.
Back to
what I originally said. We gonna have to kill some motherfuckers to get it right. Now, go on.
My question was,
just sidestep their ass. Everybody can't go.
But my question was, what did you mean when you said it worked for them but not for us?
Because you said it worked.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, why are we sitting here talking about a table then and getting our people on the same page if it worked?
Because it worked, but that wasn't their agenda. That wasn't what they was fighting for, in my opinion. They was fighting for the rights of our people, which we got those rights. You know what I'm saying? We not a third of a human now. You know what I'm saying? We count for a full human, and we can sit at the same restaurant table that them white folks sit in. We can sit at the front of the bus like everybody else. And you know what I mean? That's what they was fighting for.
KP don't want to sit at that table, and I
Well,
don't
that's
either.
KP. You know, KP ain't got no choice. KP
Yeah,
had to sit at the table that we fight for.
right. But here's what I'm talking about when I say I don't want to seat at that table. I don't want to seat at their table. I want so we can have our own table.
He
That's
just
my
said,
point.
well,
My
he,
point is
he
because
just,
when anytime and every time and historically, every time we try to assimilate and we try to fit in with them, they find a way to manipulate the situation and set us back another 10 years.
But
And that's what they're working on right now with the Supreme Court trying to get rid of all the voting rights and all this stuff, because that's Trump's agenda, is to take away the voting rights of more black people, so
okay.
we can't vote and
KP,
or any other minority. So we have to understand we can't go into nothing with our eyes closed. We have to understand that they will never, ever give us a fair shake and a fair seat at the table. Never.
we gotta take it. But
Yeah.
KP, we got to keep it real with the fact that they've been doing this for a long time. They
Hundreds
are
of years.
good. They are good at the propaganda game, the power game. They still got all the connects. You know what I'm saying? You can't just wipe them off the table. So we have to have a seat at the table with them for the most part, but we just have to have our own demands. You know what I'm saying? But they've been running the game. They're gonna stay running the country, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But we need representation. When you look at
Right.
Trump, you don't think of black people. You don't think that a black people got a seat at that table, but
Right.
we know that he could be bought and used for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Kanye could go talk to him and, you know what I'm saying, get Larry Hoover pardoned. And, you know what I mean? Like, you got to use them for what they good for. So
Yeah.
when it comes to these other relationships that they still have and all of that, man, we just want to sit at the table, man. And we want our just due because we
Getting
owe.
that nigga pardon from
Can-
prison ain't a big flex, bro.
Candace Owens had a seat
It's
at the
not.
table.
They
That's
will
not-
never give us a full seat.
But
Never.
this the thing. This the
What do
thing
you
with
mean?
like
The
with like
Supreme Court dude got a seat.
this,
Yeah,
this
but the
thing with-
Supreme Court dude is Uncle Tom. Shit.
But this
He's
the
working
thing.
for them. He ain't working for us.
This the thing with progress, man. Is like even Kamala shows like some of the flaws with black folks. Is when you put her on the table, she under a microscope. We tearing, breaking her
Right.
down,
Right.
treating her she ain't this and that. But then the same black folks who have all this negative shit to say about her, they speak of Trump as he's a black savior. And some black folks want a white savior. Some people love the
Yeah.
institution of slavery. And that's the
Yep.
problem with a lot of black folks. It still
That's
got
400 years. That's 400
slavery
years of
mentality.
brainwashing. That's 400
Yeah.
years of brainwashing, brother.
They
That's
still
what
got
that
it.
is.
But the
Now-
other
now-
thing, like with black folks, is black folks got to learn to start getting off their ass and going to get it. Black folks
Yep.
need to be more
Look.
of working. Needs to be pushed amongst black folks, young kids who just want to sit on their ass in front on the video. Nothing's wrong with the games, but you still got to go out and get it. You still got to get out here and support something. We love
And
smashing chicks. We love running through these broads, knocking them up, and ain't got shit to give to these kids because you
Yep.
ain't got a damn job.
but,
Like
see-
we
Yeah.
but look,
gotta get out here and go get this.
okay,
Yeah.
even when we talk about that, right? Is that the minority or that's the majority?
It's too much. It's a large group of us who ain't out here getting it.
Because I
we
think
go to
of
work.
different things like
We go into jobs, and some of us may be one of hundreds of blacks on some companies we work for. We don't see a lot of them. Even
don't see
jobs
a
I've
lot.
applied for, career paths I try to go in. I'll be like one of, if it's 1,000 whites, I may be one
same
of
with me.
10 blacks or something applying for
For
these
real.
jobs.
Right.
Like
Right.
people go out here trying to get stuff. We shit on certain type of careers, and then we complain when we getting harassed by people who fill in these spots.
But
Like,
see,
now, we
then
gotta break out
I
of
look
it.
at
Like, this other thing. Let me say this real quick. This other thing. This is our country. We got to stop making it to where it's fashioned towards we view everything as whites going to run things. Like that's the problem in this mug. I don't care. You going to go be in law enforcement, go into them careers. Don't be a sucker. You going into law enforcement. You going into practice of law. Go into it. Do it by the law. Don't be a sucker being ran by these people. You got to go through these career paths. Whether you're going to be a pilot, a rocket scientist, we got to push that stuff. It's cool. Rapping's cool. Sports is cool. But we got to also push things behind that too. And we ain't. We see kids going there with with sports scholarships, and then they dumb as hell and
Hmm.
can't do nothing with it. Like that's a fault on the families and stuff.
Right.
But see,
But think about this though. You got a lot of people out there that have college degrees, and with the system, I'm not saying white supremacy, I'm saying the system of white supremacy will stop you from getting a certain job because of your skin color and or because of the college that you went to. And that's something that's classism and racism. When you say, okay, well, I went to Howard and I got a degree from Howard, but then you got somebody else that got a degree from Harvard, they're going to hire that person with the degree from Harvard first. They're not going to hire you, somebody that just got a degree from a HBCU. They look down on that. So the system is set up for you to fail. It's set up for you to fail. And if you go back and you look through history, and you will see that they let a few get past the glass ceiling, but those are the people that you look at, like Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jordan, got a certain amount of money, but they're on the other side of the glass. It's a barrel. We in the barrel. We crabs in the barrel. You got the glass ceiling. You got Oprah and them on the top of the glass, and we looking up thinking that we could get to that. And you'll never get to that because they only allow a certain amount of people to get to that level. And that's what we have to do. That's why I say we need to get our own table and we need to get our own stuff, so we don't have to always look up to them or try to look for them to solve our problems. Man, we got to solve our own problems. Ain't nobody coming to help us. Ain't nobody coming to help us.
Wrong with them getting to the top. I don't see nothing wrong with them getting to the top. Like
it ain't nothing wrong with them getting to the top, but once they reach the top, what do they do? What do they do then?
I don't know what they do on the back end, but I think once you get to the top, ain't meant for you to take your money and pour it into poor people neither. I think that's where politics come into play.
Yeah, you help those that want to be helped, that need help.
Money should have more of a political influence. I can't go out here and make a grind all my life, work hard as hell, and then be expected to give all my money back to people who ain't working for nothing.
Nobody said that you had to give it all back. You had to give it all back, but you at least got to give some knowledge. You got to at least give the people some knowledge.
From Jordan, his knowledge is basketball.
Yeah, but he also got business knowledge as well. He got business knowledge. Otherwise, he wouldn't be where he is right now.
You know, we do that a lot. We do that a lot of people, but I've heard of all of those people giving back to people, helping people. We just don't hear about it. And it's not our business to always hear about it. But I hear Jay-Z, Beyonce, Oprah, Michael Jordan. I hear them helping people, employing people, giving people help that they need, somebody that's trying to come up. Now, yeah, you don't give your money back to just poor people that's not trying to work, but somebody that's like, hey, I got an idea. Hey, I'm working on this. Hey, I just graduated. Hey, I'm trying to get here. LeBron opens up a whole school to propel, you know, black kids. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. Like they do stuff on the back end. We might not just hear about it. Even if it's something small, they gave this dude $50,000 because he was messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like we might not hear, but that's one more person that's helped. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had a business idea and they came with it. They invested in it. A lot of these dudes have been investing in these startups in Silicon Valley and stuff by young black people. I just came across a story the other day of a guy. He got all those guys on board, Jay-Z, LeBron, and all of them, and they started a thing where they helped these startup businesses in Silicon Valley that's started by black people and minorities. And that's what we have to do. Like,
now that's cool. That's positive.
Black people have, John Hope Bryant says this all the time, black people have done so much with so little. We used to be the inventors of everything. We invented all of these things. We used to be creators. But the problem was we was creators and then we wouldn't own it. The white person will put the patent on it. They will own it. They will make all the money. And now they the hero. What we have to do is get back into that. Being the first. You know what I'm saying? Being the first person that created this website. Right.
Like, well, we never stopped. We never stopped creating. We never stopped creating.
I think we stopped.
Look. Because GPS, fiber optics, GPS. And I mean, I could name a whole slew of things that black people have created lately.
But even when you point out those black people you about to go into GPS and all that, I bet they were one, like we were speaking, one of out of 1,000 other whites in the company. They're the little one speck of pepper in there. Ain't a bunch of black people following that path.
You ain't got like, do we have a black Elon Musk? that
We
came with the
don't
first
have the
electric car.
outlets. That's what we don't
The
have. We
black,
don't have
the
the
first
outlets.
It
black.
ain't being taught. Like some people
Yeah.
gravitate towards that. Even with the this other thing in our communities that had happened for a long time. I witnessed this shit. When we have intelligent black folks, we shit on them. Even at young ages. Oh, you trying to be white? Oh, you this and that. And then when these mother
Right.
effers make it, you think they about to sit in a community of people look like them? Hell no. And
No,
now
they
you
move.
that.
Yeah,
And
they
that's been
move
a
But
quick.
see,
problem with black
See what
folks.
I'm
That ain't
saying?
just happening in
but
the
s-
2000s.
That's
Yeah.
just one of my personal
point.
scenarios as well, man. I mean,
Right.
come on, man. We
Man, when
are
you talk
worst
about
enemy.
400 years, we've been taught that shit for 400 years, man. And I hope it
Now, we
don't take
can't blame
400
that
years
shit
for us
on
to get it,
slavery,
for us to
man.
get it out. I'm not saying,
That's a whole
did I say slavery? I said 400 years of oppression. That don't have nothing to do with slavery. Slavery was the beginning of the oppression. We got a lot of other things that we've been oppressed by. We've been denied. We've been denied all our rights for so long, and we've been taught to hate each other. We've been taught not to trust each other.
Man,
yeah,
Then you got the house
we
Negroes
using
and
that though.
the
I
field
disagree
Negroes
with
and
that.
this
all that.
nigga
So
making all
Look,
my points
we've been
for me
using
now.
that. We've been using that for like 100 years about we've been taught to hate each other, but we ain't done nothing to fix it. We
Look,
still
Kev, that statement
that's
he
what
was
I'm
y'all
saying.
highlighting.
That's
But
what I
let me say
said.
this. Let me say
I
this
hope we
because
don't have to go
it ain't no
400
white
years
folks.
to
It ain't
fix
no
it.
white folks. But let me say this: the black kids that you talk about hate each other, ain't no white folks taught them that. I done grew up. This is the
Right.
other dynamic with me in LA of not understanding of how, like I said, I went to school in the Hoovers, and as a little
Hmm.
kid, as I start reaching the 4th and 5th grade, now I'm having to worry about, oh, you ain't supposed to be over here. These kids
Hmm.
over here will probably try to off me because of what they've been taught. We all look the same, but based on
Right.
other dynamics, no white folks taught that. We teach that
Right.
throughout the community. I watch people see other kids who look like them. Where you from? But even in this current state of the same condition, the same community, whites are flooding back in these neighborhoods. Black people are still approaching each other, saying, blasting
Yep.
on people, and a white person
Right.
can walk down the street
Walk down the street,
peacefully,
let his dog
and
shit on your sidewalk, and you
and
will
these black
not say a
folks will
word. You
gun
won't
you
say a
down,
word to
won't
him.
do a damn thing to these
Hey,
white folks in the same
Won't say a
hey,
word.
I'll
dynamic.
never forget. I seen this is like a year ago. I seen a white lady on a corner of Century and Western at the bus stop. That shit looked so crazy. I said, "Do she know where she at?"
Ain't
Like,
Yeah,
nobody
she
gonna
know
do
where
nothing
she's
to
at, and
her.
she
crazy.
know they ain't gonna do nothing
I
to
know.
her.
Ain't
They ain't
nobody
gonna
gonna
touch
do
her.
nothing to her.
But that's the thing too. Like we don't even bother people. Like you,
Right.
even if you in the hood in a war zone, you are able to come and go as you please, as long as you don't pose a threat to this community. But everybody make it seem like, oh, nigga, it's just savages. They just killing and
Right.
shooting everything. Like it's not
Right.
even true. It's the propaganda that they put
Right.
on us. Even the hatred that the young kids is taught. It's propaganda. But at what point do we have to stop blaming everybody, even other black people?
Right.
Because me and Reggie grew up not too far from each other, but we learned the same things and we learned that same hatred, but we didn't carry it on after that. Like once I learned, like, hold on, you telling me if I go to jail, these niggas got to have my back? I got to ride with these niggas in prison? So what I'm shooting at them? What we shooting at them for? Like it makes no sense. The end goal makes no sense. We could all be in that same place. We all from LA right here. We all could be in that same place. We left to find something different, better, and we don't have to live like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna blame it on how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? Because I have my own brain. I could do anything else. I could do anything I want to do. Nobody's holding me back. So even as a kid, at a certain point, you got to stop blaming your parents. You got to stop blaming where you grew up at. It's no more excuses. You have your own brain. You know right
Right.
from wrong. So it's up to you on what you're gonna do.
Right. That's accountability, and that's what we lacking in accountability. You
For
know,
real.
you have
But
to
it's
have
not
accountability. You got to be
impossible.
accountable for your own actions, man. When I
Exactly. We
was growing
are.
up and there was cats hanging out by the liquor store and they behind the liquor store and I had my little job making $6 an hour and they was talking about I ain't gonna work for no less than $15 an hour. I'm like, man, well, what skills you got? You got no skills, but you saying what you're not gonna work for. I'm going to get my little $200 a week and I'm good while your pocket is still empty. But we have to have some kind of accountability for our actions, and we also got to realize there's consequences to our
Man.
actions and
All of
understand
our
that.
And
parents.
that's why I said we gotta stop using the crutch of what the white men have done to us. Like we teaching each other to hate each other. Like
The
it makes no sense that people call each other ops and You see young kids from kids from Bloods, from Hoovers, 60s, the hundreds that get on here and disrespect each other. Cats sit in prison that sit in and do content and disrespect
Right.
each other. Like none of
That's
that shit makes
tribalism.
sense. There ain't no
Yeah.
benefit to it.
Right.
You may think you look cool, you do it for viewerships, but overall, like as you mature, you grow, you don't want that shit following you, and you trying to move
Right.
on within your life. You having children, now you having to live with these fears. You create post traumatic situations for yourself. You stress yourself
Yep.
out. That's why so many of us dying so goddamn early. Like all that
Right.
shit is
Yeah.
stuff that needs to be gone. I think
Yeah.
gangs has its purpose. Gangs definitely have a purpose, but all this killing cats over colors or where you live and tripping on cats, man, people need to rethink that. Because the
Right.
more you get to learn people, regardless of where they're from, you realize that you have
They're
so much.
human, just like you. You got more in common than you do apart. I'm gonna tell you, hit you with a fact though. It's more black kids that are going to college every year that are checking into colleges and universities than it is going to jail.
That's a fact.
So, but they show you the exact opposite. They show you mug shots all day, but they never show the 500 kids that are walking in with their suits on, checking into college every September. They don't
even when
show
it comes
that.
to that, I think of places like Atlanta.
We don't show it. We always talking about what white folks don't show. Do we show it?
But you look,
We
I
show
look
it.
at
We
places
show it.
like Atlanta when it comes
But
to
it's
that. They
not,
say
we don't show it
Atlanta
enough.
is like
We
Black
don't show
Mecca.
it enough.
And you could go to Atlanta and see black business and black people getting along. And at the same time, you still got hoods, you still got ghettos.
Right.
LA is the same way. But we getting more washed out of LA.
Right.
In the beginning of the 70s or the late 60s, black people started buying houses on the west side. Then when it got to the second and third generations, they lost those properties. They no longer have them. Now you got the gentrification and people coming in. You know what I'm saying? But what do you do now? What's the next thing that's going to build some type of wealth within families, within generations? You know what I'm saying? Because the businesses is gone, and that's what really like kept you there was, those liquor stores was black owned, the cleaners was black owned, like, and that's what we missing now. We have no black businesses. We don't have no black industries that when they piss us off, we can shut it down and be like, you know what? You know what I mean? Black people, like, we standing on something, you know what I'm saying? And we shutting some shit down because we own XYZ business. You know what I'm saying? We black people, we determine what's cool. And then we go around and we make everybody else rich. When I'm talking about innovators, it's no reason we shouldn't have been first with these social media sites. These dudes are billionaires off of a website that everybody can use for free, and we come on there and we make it cool. Because if you make everything cool, black people don't make it cool, then it ain't cool to use Twitter, Instagram, all of this stuff.
We are the influence. Black people in America from the United States, right here, influence the music. We influence sports. We influence all the entertainment, fashion, all style. And so you got people over in Israel that are rapping, in China that are rapping. So we are the creators of every major influence that modern influence that's in the world. And we've done that since we've been here. Gospel music, blues, jazz, soul, funk, rap, disco, all of this stuff that we have created. But other people that had control over the recording industry made the bulk of the money. So then you turn around and you get a few that slip through the cracks, like Jay-Z and Puffy and the guy that was over there with Def Jam Records. What's his name?
Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons. But they don't give you a fair deal either. They give you the same deal that the white recording company is giving you. 5.5 cents per copy.
Well, that's not true.
For each song that you say.
You talking about for the record owner or for the artist?
I'm talking about for the rights that you get for as a songwriter. A writer.
Yeah, well, you ain't gonna never get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. So if you go into these deals being stupid, then that's just on you. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we have to read. You have to learn how to read and understand.
Like, but I'm just saying they give you the same
responsible for your
they didn't increase the money
own contract. You
You
have
know,
to have leverage. You have to have something to offer. Cash Money Records to this day still has an 80-20. Why? Because they knew what they had and they wasn't going for nothing less.
right.
It's examples
But
out of
black
there.
folks don't own the distributorships.
You
Three
don't
major
need
companies, man. You got Sony Records, you got Warner Brothers, and Capitol Records. Those
Yeah.
three Jewish guys that run those companies are the ones that control the entire record companies in the
They was
United
first.
States, including rap.
What's
So
up, so
everything got to go through
What
them.
up?
It got to all go through them.
Salute Keith
that's
Song.
fine.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
Oh man, you know, same old two-step, man. I'm enjoying this conversation y'all having, man. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. We trying to get a little think tank here, man. We done just formed a think tank without even thinking.
That's what happened when that little dude wanted to be a bigot, got on here, wanted to
Yeah, but you see what he
fired
did?
us up.
He brought us together. He
Hey,
brought
but
us
you,
together, and we putting some stuff out here, man. Some good stuff.
but you
we
know what's
always been
fun?
together though.
You
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
what's funny to me about those dudes that think they superior to blacks? Well, they
Mhm.
can't even procreate outside their race because if we have put something in them, they coming out black. So how are you superior than me? You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, as soon as I put that in you, you know what I mean? You black. You know what
Hey,
I'm saying? So,
hey,
Yeah.
you
you know
know,
what's funny with that, man?
what's that?
I remember telling the white dude this, that if I was to knock his sister up, and this is what I'm talking about with they have recessive genetics and stuff. If I was
Mhm.
to impregnate a sister, that child's more likely gonna have black features. Now that child becomes the strongest in your family, the fastest in your family, and
Mhm.
from the aesthetics type of thing is if that child is a woman, that child's going to be more developed, have a greater body than any white female in that white family. If it's a boy, he's going to have more superior physical features than any white person in that family. Now
A
from an
mil-
intellectual standpoint, it just depends on how far they go.
yeah, I mean, intellectually, you know what I'm saying? Look, we're the original people, right? Even the
Mhm.
Bible say the light comes from the darkness, right? So, the darker you are, the closer you are to God. You know what I'm saying? So, far as like intellectually, blacks are some of the smartest people in the world. I mean,
That's true.
mankind was born in Africa, so you're gonna have the tallest people out of Africa. You're gonna have the
Mhm.
smartest people out of Africa. You're gonna have the shortest, fattest, or whatever, because
Af-
that's where it come from, bro. But they try to change the narrative. You know what I mean? Just like they try to rewrite history in the Bible.
Look,
Everybody know all the people in there was black. You know what I'm
Africans
saying?
taught Africans taught them everything. Africans taught them how to bathe.
Thank you.
Man,
Africans
I
taught them
mean, we the
everything.
original people. But
When
see,
when the Europeans, when the Greeks and the Romans went to school in Africa in Timbuktu, and they learned everything they learned, they took it back to Europe. Socrates, Plato, and all them. Then they wrote their theses and all that stuff, and then they gave them the credit, like they were the smartest people on the planet. But when the Moors came in and took over for 700 years in Spain and most of parts of Europe, where when they built every major castle in Europe and including England, they got to the point the Crusades was about getting black people out. That was about getting the Moors out of Europe and out of England. So they went on a major offensive against us. That's why they hate us so bad, because they knew we dominated them for 700 years.
exactly. You
So
know what,
they don't
KP,
want to talk about that.
you took the words right off out of my mouth. I'm listening to you. Will listen to you talking. While you was talking, I'm like saying that's why they hate us. You know what
That's
I
why
mean?
they hate.
Because they can't stand the truth. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like just like right now, right? This Trump administration, they're a bunch of cowards anyway, but they so afraid of black excellence and
Hmm.
greatness. Look what they're doing. They're trying to erase the history because
Hmm.
not only do we learn our history, their kids learn it, and their kids look at us different. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, no, you've been lying to me, pops. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I'm learning this here about blacks, and then when they meet you,
But
you
their
know what I'm
kids like
saying, and you
us.
can articulate with them, talk to them, and give them that understanding. I mean,
Right.
everybody hate us. If
Their
you look
kids
on
like
the
us. Their kids
yeah,
like us. Their kids listen to rap music. Those kids, white kids, was out there
It's
protesting
beyond music too.
after George Floyd got killed. They was out there standing side by side with black people protesting. And when them racist crackers saw that, they freaked. They panicked. They're like, "Oh man, our kids like like black people." They
Hey,
freaked
Well,
but
out,
it's
so
always
they
been
went
hey,
into
that
but
high
way.
gear
that's
It's been that way for a while, man.
for a minute.
They've
For a
always
minute,
yeah.
respected the essence of black folks.
But see,
Go ahead.
that's why I always say this here. We have to be careful as a people not to be like them. See, that's what our
right?
ancestors understood in this fight.
Mhm.
You
Yep.
have to have a couple of them that with good heart. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the physical war. We
Hmm.
don't need them for that. You know what I'm saying? We just need them to open the doors so sometimes they had the keys and our people understood that. You know what I mean? So, because this fight that we're in is more intellectual and it kills me and it hurts me to see our people online are just so simplistic they don't understand what's happening right here today. You know,
Right
I'm
now.
not talking about when I was growing up in segregation in Texas when I was a kid. You know, it was bad then, but we was kids. We didn't really understand that fight. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And the first thing they did, they divided us. Even our own people divided us between Malcolm
And
Yeah.
uh,
Martin.
and
Yep.
Martin and so on and
Yeah.
so on.
Yeah.
That's what's been the white man ploy. Lyndon B. Johnson told you that. You know how they
Divide and conquer.
manipulate them.
Divide
Yeah,
and
but we
conquer has always been the tactic that they have used. Divide and conquer. So it's like if I
exactly.
can keep you like what my man said about all the gangbangers out there and the cats killing each other and all that. It's all about divide and conquer. If we can supply you with what you want over here with some drugs and some guns, and we can supply them with some drugs and guns. Now we on autopilot, killing each other over peanuts, over nothing, over colors, over neighborhoods that we don't even own. Your
But
people
see,
don't even own the house you living in. You renting that house, but you talking about my neighborhood. Man, come on, man. We got to get up off a lot of stuff we got to change. And we got to
that's one
change it
of the
little by little. We can turn the
that.
hood into a paradise if we
But
work
see,
together to do
that's one thing that we have to do. But in my opinion, one of the most important things we have to do is pool our resources. See, we gotta quit.
Exactly.
We gotta quit trying to be like them and waste our money on cars that don't hold no value, jewelry that don't hold no value, clothes that don't hold no value. You know what I mean? Because you wearing that man's brand because he made that. You know what I mean? When we should be using that money to, like our people did, build our own shit, right? Build a whole community. You know, learn how to deal with your people. Just like y'all was saying a few minutes ago, a white person can walk in the hood and don't be scared of nothing because they know they ain't gonna do nothing to it. They walking dogs and playing with
Yep.
cats, and then we come by mean mugging the next man. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff we got to re-educate ourselves and learn, and it's a hard battle. You know what I'm saying? Because the youngsters they have these phones. You know what I'm saying in their hands. They don't see nothing but mediocre stuff and idiocy. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? What get them clicks is being violent against each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a hard task. But if
Everybody can go.
It's
yeah,
hard, but it's going to be hard, but it
everybody
ain't
can't go,
impossible.
but we
It
need to
ain't.
wake them up to today. See, because
Yeah.
this shit is going down today. When I look at my little grandbaby, I'll be like, damn. You know, at least I was able to chase butterflies. I mean, it got bad, and I was part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? With through the gang banging and everything else. But you know, I was always wise enough to deal with people from different hoods, different sets. So I was a very lucky man, even though I didn't did all the dirt everybody else did. But I always kept my brain alert because of my lived experience coming up in segregation. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
adapted. But like today, man, that's an all out of this administration right here. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
these people, man, like them parts, he give a nigga some niggas, I mean, they got money or whatever, but they don't does. They ain't no scientists, they ain't no fucking
Yeah. They
engineers, they ain't
right, but
none of them
they
fucking criminals
paid
like me. So why
they
am I
paid for
gonna
them
be
parts.
celebrating a nigga just like me? Just
They
cause he
paid
Exactly.
for
got
those
some
parts.
coin. You know what I'm
They
saying? You
they paid for those.
put some of my engineers and professors and put them up on a pedestal. Like when I was a kid, Blackpool, when we had black schools when I was growing up, them teachers loved us. So they made sure we learned. Then
Facts.
when we got these public schools, and especially in the cities, they don't give a fuck if you learn or not. Just as long as you pass it in the corner, your parents
Yep.
had to really push you. Like mine didn't. So I'm like, I'm cutting school, I'm shooting dice, I'm gang banging out. I ain't no dummy, but I dumb myself down just to be a part of that in crowd. You know what I'm saying? That
I
movement.
never had to dumb. So, damn.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's
Right.
just
Trying
like,
to fit
man.
in. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, just it was just the culture. It
Right.
wasn't
Right.
just fitting in, but in a way it
But you had to do
was.
what you had to do. You had to do what you had to do to survive those
Yeah, but
landmines that's in your neighborhood. Sometimes you don't have
exactly.
a choice. You have to join. Otherwise, you'll be a victim.
Or
And
you
I
don't
learned
have
that. I
nobody
learned that.
behind you. You
I
don't have
learned that
nobody
from
behind you pushing you. You
right.
know
I
what I
learned
mean?
that
To achieve. You know.
getting out of kindergarten, going to the first grade, living in Chicago. That it was two pecking order there. It was the cats that was taking your lunch money, and it was the cats that had lunch money. So I just figured out I'm gonna be on the side. I ain't getting my lunch money taken. You see what I'm saying? So it's a lifestyle that you acquire whether you like to or want to or not. And that's the sad situation that we have to change as adults. We have to, create a different environment for our youth so they can get a better chance of
And,
learning and not have to go through that same bullshit.
but
I didn't allow
but
my boys
It's,
to gang bang. I put
but
a
look,
stop to that
KP,
shit quick,
but look,
quick.
y'all, it's a pathway to that, right? And we have to get to that through that pathway. But my thing is, and I'm not saying this about nobody directly, I'm just saying as a whole, it seemed like when you start talking about this and we start trying to find those solutions, everybody start just being negative and like, oh, well, this and what about this? And you know what I mean? It's like, man, let's focus on some of these solutions to get to
Mhm.
that. Like some of these
There
older
you go.
dudes, let's come together. Yeah, you saved your sons. How about you save somebody else's son? Let's go to the school and you talk to these kids at the school. You know what I'm saying? How about we do more of that? How about we find these black engineers, these black doctors, and put them on a pedestal, post them on our Instagrams. Well, however we could bring a spotlight to them. How about we just do more solutions, and then let's just stop being so like, niggas ain't gonna listen, no niggas ain't gonna take hold of that. It's like, how about we try it? You know what I'm saying? How about we try it first and
We
we
didn't
be the
try
example?
everything else, so why not try something positive?
a lot of
Hey,
things ain't
hey,
been
hey.
tried. That's even like you talking about when you were a kid and having to belong to a group because you being jumped. The X factor in like hearing that and even experience that is the adults around the situations. A lot of
Mhm.
adults have always turned a blind eye to what kids doing. Adults stay in their space. Young folks stay in the shit young cats
Yeah.
doing is some dangerous, treacherous shit. And that's where a
Mhm.
lot of development, because our minds are undeveloped. We still going through a process of how we being wired. And now you being wired, or you being wired to be act violently. Survival is gonna always be always gonna be a must amongst any living
Self-preservation,
thing.
the first rule.
Yeah, so you're
Right.
gonna begin. That's what begins to make us so violent. You hear cats 13 and sometimes younger committing what people term as adult type crimes and stuff. Like, no, these kids trying to survive. The adults ain't out here to protect them. There's no one to protect them but the goddamn selves.
Yeah. But
The
Right.
way
didn't
they
But
all our
hey,
parents
because so many people are leaving them unsupervised. People
Right.
watch dramas unfolding with young folks. Nobody steps in to break it. You even see some sorry ass adults sit back and watch that shit.
and
And then
laugh,
also
huh?
another new thing is how we sit there and we term young cats as YNs.
yeah,
And it's
well, I
almost
don't
like
like
they're
that
gonna
shit
embrace
neither.
they embrace the term with the actions of the acting
Mhm.
as an ignorant young dude. It's
Right.
because it brings some kind of, I don't know if it's some kind of
Yeah.
acceptance. It puts you in some hierarchy by being approved as a YN. And a
Right.
lot of these
But you're
dudes,
talking
man,
about generational situations, man.
it's older people
And
calling
I
them.
always have to go back to my generation, how my neighborhood was when I grew up. Now, even though I was doing a bunch of crazy stuff, we had a lot of men in the neighborhood, fathers, people that lived down the street that kept us in our place. And those majority of those men out there now in the hood, they locked up behind bars. Some of them got life sentences. They ain't gonna never get out. So then you got the breakdown between black men and black women, to where women figure I don't need a man, so I just raise my kids by myself. So you got that structure. That male figure is not there to show a young man how to live his life. And the daughters need their fathers there too to show them the type of guys that they should be trying to deal with rather than the average street. So you got the kids being raised by the streets. The mother's working 2 jobs to try to supply the family with money, with food, and all the things she got to do. But the family structure, the black family structure, has been decimated. I saw a black guy and his kids, and he had 2 kids at the doctor's office, and his wife was seeing the doctor. And that was the first time I had seen that in so long, where the guy was like holding his 2 kids. And I can't remember the last time I seen a black family at the supermarket shopping with the kid in the cart and the mother and the father and the kid in the cart and going to get groceries. I see either or. I see a man or I see a woman, but I don't see black families like that, like we used to have.
AKP, like right now, it's gonna be with the way the prices is and how hard it is to maintain a living, especially out here in LA, with all these bills that you paying. It's gonna be hard to see that. I mean, that's gonna keep that man out there working if he's responsible or hustling if he's just trying to get some money. So
Exactly.
I mean, but we got to figure out a solution for that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when I was coming out, had a parent at the house, but it was my stepdad. He really didn't. He gave me the necessities for his clothes and all that, but emotional support. I've been support myself emotionally since I was 12. You know what I mean? When I was my first 12 years, I grew up in Texas with my uncle who was like my dad that really put time in. He was a preacher, really put time in. I had a whole different outlook on life. But at
Right.
11 years old, when I came to the city, it's like get with it. All that waving, they was like my brother. He said, "Man, you ain't in no parade. Put your hand down," because he was used
Ah.
to being in the city, right? So I'm transformed, like you say, a nigga went in my pockets the first time. I'm like, "Dude, this nigga tripping." You know what I'm saying? But I'm smart. I'm just checking out the scenery. But then after I got adapted to that, all that was cease and dismiss. So from that point on, I had positive men in my life, but it wasn't the one that I needed to push. You know what I'm saying? And then so I get bored with them playing football. I'm gonna hang out with the homies. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this and that started at an early age. So it's about survival of the fittest. But like right now, we got to take that long, especially us. I mean, we got a long lived experience, and it's not easy. But I like what my man said. Is like it ain't about the problem. It's about the solution. And how can we figure out this solution? You know what I mean? Because like right now, this time is pertinent, and we running out of time because they making moves. If this man is successful, you know what I mean, of what they're trying to do, they're already killing people. So this is what people don't understand. If they can kill somebody on the high seas for selling dope, what makes you think they can bring that law to America and kill the most people that sell dope to survive? They not
Right.
gonna. They just like they didn't punish whites for selling crack. They not gonna punish them like they punish us. So man, we gotta really, really get on our p's and q's, and
Yeah.
we gotta know ourselves, man. We gotta see. They're afraid of us learning our history. You know what I'm saying? And then like me, I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. Religion does good for a lot of different people because they need that. But to me, that's like kindergarten. I'm beyond that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no. I'm not
I
listening
call it
to
I
no
call it
man.
gang banging for God.
I'm not listening to no man that's telling me, in my opinion, this no disrespect to nobody, about a fantasy that he hasn't been there. You can't tell me what's happening after death, and you never died. You cannot tell me where I'm going. So I choose to believe that the energy that I feel in this universe comes from my dead ancestors and all that. Because I don't think that it's over once you leave this. Once your eyes close, leave this body. I don't think it's over, but it's a whole different situation. But what I do know is that we running out of time, man. You
And
know what I'm
and
saying? For our
and
people, bro.
what you
You
saying
know
that
what I'm saying?
I'll never forget this when Kev did that thing with the when he had the gangs, different hoods come together and stuff, and they was talking about peace, and I always remember that. I forgot who was there, and they said that the dude Young Act, he got up and he said, when everybody was like, yeah, we're going to go back to the neighborhoods and we're going to talk about this. Now he was like, man, what's there to talk about? Like the time is now. Like the city, the
I
people, our
remember
people, we
that.
need this now. So it needs to be a direct decision right now that this is what we doing. We shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It's ceasefires, it's peace or whatever. And ain't none of that going on. But, you know, folks want to, you know, slow the roll, we got to do this, man. Nah, right now we need to make a decision right here and there and see who gonna stand on it and who not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who with it and who not. And if you not with it, then you over there. But what we doing over
On out the
here,
way. Yeah,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? It's protocol to this.
But
Right.
you know how, but you know the hardest part about that is none of us, and well, I can't say none of us. I'm gonna speak for myself. We know what we should do,
But we
but
don't do
I
it.
myself just haven't figured out how to really be effective in getting that ball rolling. Because even at that meeting you was talking about, I was already talking about that shit what the white boys was gonna do, and that like we got
Yeah,
to prepare for war, and that's the
exactly.
and I'm not saying this in no disparaging way, but that's the only thing gang banging can be
That's the purpose of.
given
That's the
any credit
principles
for
behind it.
is because it's preparing us for war. Like right now, we
Exactly.
warring amongst our tribes, but if they keep pushing the line like they pushing, they laying in the cut. They think they can win. You know what
Exactly.
I'm saying? And all I'm
Mm.
saying is just get ready for. I don't want that to happen.
Exactly.
Don't nobody want that to
But
happen.
I
But if
don't,
it
it's
happens,
what,
you know what I mean. Choose your we gonna need allies or whatever, right? Because we
yeah,
can't do it by ourselves because we spread it out. And it's just a lot of shit. And then like when y'all was saying about that regentrification, how they moving back to the hood. Like I tell people, man, they making us move out there in the desert where ain't no water, bro. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
They doubling back, taking the hood, because all with anything close to the water, you got action at getting food sent to you or whatever. They can't cut off that supply chain. But if you out there in the desert, niggas ain't out there in them doom buggers, or maybe a handful. You can't live off the land no more. You know what I mean? Even in the country, you can't even hunt no more because there ain't really no animals.
ain't
So
no,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So we really got to look at this at a long range. And like me myself, I ain't got but probably I hope 15, 20 summers left. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna affect me like my grandkids. But I know I'm ready to do something. You know what I
and
mean? And it ain't got to be violent. It's just even if
yeah,
it's like y'all said, each one teach one.
I,
But we got to be about it and not just talk about it. You know what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
understand. I don't understand how dudes is ready to die for the hood and do life in prison for the hood, but not for the people. It's the
Man,
same thing.
they
Like if you
the
ready to do
same
it for the hood, you
thing,
might as well
bro.
do it for your people. You know what I'm saying?
The
And if you
same
scared to
thing,
die or go
man.
to jail, then stay in the house, man. For real. Like even when it
Man,
comes to
it's the
this,
same
when
thing.
it comes to for the
Man,
people, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of
man,
these dudes live
I
their
hear how
feelings, man,
I
and
hear
that's the
how
thing they gotta
people
wake up from.
yeah, but you know what, man? Like I hear how people, we have grandiose stories on how we do each other right through
Exactly.
gang violence, right? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And like when I was on Kev Mac, he'll tell you, man, I was like, man, the only person infamous is the ones that get caught. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
Exactly.
like I never was comfortable with that, even though I came up hard and made it through that. But it's not, some people just enjoyed it. I did it out of survival. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I wasn't scared of nothing. I'm jacking niggas and doing all kind of shit, gang bang like a motherfucker. But that wasn't nothing I was proud of, right? But at the end of the day, man, we just gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't want
Yeah.
to go into no long spills, and I get long
Yeah.
winded because I'm
Exactly.
passionate about that.
But one of
Nah,
one of
But
the brothers said one of the brothers made a statement earlier, and it made sense about how guys could be at war when they on the streets, but when they behind bars, they all on the same team. And that's when you become that's what's like you got blacks over here, you got Hispanics over here, you got whites over here, then you got others. So,
yeah,
but then when you get back out, then you go right back to beefing again.
don't
And
make no
that
sense.
in itself makes no sense whatsoever. You should have learned that, hey, man, all we got is us. That's all we got. Don't
but
nobody
but but
care whether we make it or whether we survive. They don't nobody cares. We have to care enough for ourselves to finally put a stop to it and say, wait a minute, we're committing genocide against ourselves.
Hey,
And
KP, but
go
not
ahead.
meaning to cut you off, but see what in my eyesight and from my experience of coming up, see a lot of our youngsters, that's all they have. That's all the
Mhm.
power they have. If you ever pull that trigger and felt that power, it's hard to get away from, right? Because now people respect you and fear you for doing dirt against your own people, and we
Mhm.
celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna take I don't know what kind of transformation to get it
Reverse
right.
brainwashing.
Right, right,
Yeah, we gonna have to reverse that. See,
Yeah.
right.
because like I used to laugh when I used to hear people say only love can conquer hate, but that's
Mhm.
the truest shit in the world, bro.
That's
Right.
You
fact.
know what I'm
And
saying?
Hate,
that's why I said
hate,
earlier. I think it's a spiritual revival that's
yeah.
happening right now. And the
Hate ain't
reason
nothing but
why it's
misplaced
happening,
love.
the reason why the spiritual revival is happening for Black people, not just in the United States, worldwide. If you look at the young guy over there, Traore over there in Burkina Faso, he took over his country. And this is just this is just a handful of people, a little small little country, but they like, no, y'all get out of here. You've been
Yes, like
abusing
3 or
us.
4 of them then did that.
Right. You've been abusing us and taking from us and stealing from us long enough. Your day is over. So now it's time for us to finally get what we need. So we have to think in those terms and say, well, wait a minute. Why are we still over here? Every time somebody new comes to the United States, we get pushed back again and again and again. But even though we get pushed back, we still are the number one target. We still are the number one that are being discriminated against, but we survived that. Black people could have zero money in their pocket. They could be living in the projects or whatever, but we can still play cards and we can still barbecue some hot dogs and we can still
Still
laugh.
laugh.
We
Yeah.
are
And you know what it
different.
is?
We're different
Yeah.
people, man. We got a blessing in us
Back
that
to that
nobody
love
else
thing.
have. Nobody
But
else
back
got.
to that love thing, man. That is a
There you
deep
go.
thing. Like people will find where they can congregate amongst a small collective. But what do you do on the outside? When people break out of, and this is the other thing where people becoming uncomfortable with shit that they don't understand, they fear it. Like you can
Mhm.
talk about, you can have celebrations only in your small cluster, but then you it goes back to this gentrification thing. You mad dogging with what makes up the community. You looking at it from a vicious outlook. You ready to attack it. But here comes some new arrival into this mug, being whites, and you can smile, walk past them. You display no hatred towards them. But what looks like you, what should be more familiar with you, what should have your back and should guard you, you ready to attack at. It's like you looking in the mirror at what you hate. And a
It's
lot of people
programming.
to
It's
Yeah,
understand.
that's
programming.
programming,
A
bro.
lot of I don't have a problem with. I ain't one of them type of black folks. I don't fall in that category. But speaking of the black folks who have these issues and being like I say, I come from a household where me and my brother is totally different. Where he has this outcome of what affects our communities and shit. And thinking about it, he's a dude who finds it hard to accept love and shit like that, and he externalizes by wanting to create pain on people. And a lot of people don't
Right.
understand what they hate. What you shooting people for? You
Yeah.
drive through it's something wrong. A lot, and that's the other thing that's undiagnosed. Really, a lot of shit undiagnosed going on in the minds of
PSV.
people. Like, and that shit needs to be addressed. And we
Right.
shouldn't look down on telling people to go get themselves checked out mentally. We
Hey,
look
but
at. I
you
remember
know,
somebody on here was talking about we look at the homeboys acting wild or the homie tripping, and it's like, no, your homie going through some shit.
Right.
Fact.
That's
Fact.
mental. That's like
I
mental
had a
issues
homie
that
last night.
need to be
I had
addressed.
to get with one of my homies last night because he going through it. This dude dad died and he didn't even tell me. And I'm like, and we tight, like forget homies, we almost like brothers. And he was just like, it was just so much. I'm like, yeah, but I'm your bro. Like we tight like that. Like how you not gonna tell? I'm supposed to be here for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand what you're going through. I lost a parent as well. So like, don't go through that on your own. Like man, reach out. You feel me? And then
Right.
man,
Right.
he going through it with females and stuff. Like I'm like,
Right.
man,
But it
you
takes
gotta
time for
be
men. It
so
takes time
mentally.
for men to get to that level where we can communicate like that. Women do it at a young age. They communicate. They depend on each other for communication, and this is something that we don't learn until we get in our older years. So I got, and I noticed the pattern, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, man. If I had some cats that was speaking some positive things in my life when I was out there really running the streets and really, really, crashing out, then my life would have been different. It would have been totally different. I wasted 20 years of madness, 20 years, whole years of madness. And then when I walked away from that, it was like, wait a minute, I could have did this a long time ago, but I
Exactly.
didn't make that move because I didn't know that it was another alternative.
Yeah, a
Everybody
lot of
around me was crashing out.
hey, but
So
And
I
your
Casey,
thought that was
parents
a
dangerous.
didn't
lot of
tell you.
dudes,
Your parents didn't tell you the end goal. Didn't all our parents tell us
yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of dudes
how we was gonna
afraid.
end
A
up?
lot
My
of dudes
parents told me, and I listened to them, but once you get outside that house, that's something entirely
Yeah.
different. My brother went to prison, and that was one of the things that kept me from going to prison because I saw the effect that it had on my mother and how she suffered mentally and how she had a nervous breakdown worrying about him. So that kept me from going because I didn't want to follow in his footsteps like that. But that didn't stop me from doing everything 100%, but it slowed me down a lot, and it made me think before I started doing things uh, more cautiously.
And you know what? Another thing that I like, I'm speaking for myself. See, like me, the way I came out into stepdad, I mean, I had like the roof over my head, the school clothes, this, that, and other, but I didn't have
That's
that
all you
mental.
needed.
I didn't have that
No, I'm saying,
structure.
I'm just
Me, I'm
saying.
12 years old. So I'm in there. I could stay out late or whatever. I come in at 12 or whatever, but I didn't have that father figure or mother figure that like do this, do that. No, here go your food, here go your clothes. Everything else is on you. They ain't doing no homework with me and none of that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming out here, so I'm learning on these streets. And then like the people that I aspired to was pimps, players, hustlers, and gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? And so
Exactly.
so by the time when I went to the feds first, though, I remember when my mother died, I was on lockdown. We was on the yard clown, and they said me and the homie Black Dog had was controlling the phones, which was a lie, but it was just about 30, 40 Crips in the bleachers cracking jokes. But they locked down me and Black Dog 'cause they figured we had the influence on the yard at that particular time. So we on CTQ. They ain't even put us in the hole. And I just remember I'm just sitting up there and that dude come knocked on my cell. It was Christmas. I was like, I know mom was struggling. So as soon as he knocked on my door, I said, my mother dead? They said, yeah. So you got a phone call. So I go in there. I'm listening to my brother them, they crying and shit, and I'm up here getting the attitude because in my mind, I'm like, nigga, you wasn't crying, you wasn't doing all this shit when she was alive, all this kind of shit running through my
Exactly.
mind, right? So now I'm trying to get them, tell them how to get me home, whatever, whatever. But they like this nigga, what I mean? They ain't gonna let it happen, so I don't end up getting out. So I never got a chance to show them emotions because I'm on a tear where no tear should ever fall. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So when I come off lockdown, I'm finna get something cracking. So, I'm short. I get home. I still hadn't let all that pain go. You know what I'm saying? About 6 days after I was out, my little brother domed himself. I just remember the police coming in there and talking about,
Damn.
when you get out of Saturday, I said, man, I will whoop your ass, nigga. You see my little brother in there dead? How the fuck you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? So I'm tripping off that shit. And then again, my brother them, they hollering and hooping and hollering. And I'm like, I remember looking at them niggas like, nigga, one of you niggas hit me, I'm gonna beat your ass because they flailing all around. But I'm just like, damn. But then as I got older and when I replay that in my mind, I would say I was a sick individual. You know what I mean? Because it took me a long time for me to accept that death. And the only reason I did, my homeboy Nels and them got me drunk. I finally had a drunk when I came home, and all that shit came down. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But being a black man, I shook that shit off. But then I was mad because I didn't have nobody to lash out on. It wasn't like an enemy killed my brother. He did it to himself. So I can't go bust. I can't relieve that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So the first couple of years from the pen, I'm like, I'm 28 years old with khakis, with big blue shoestrings and a big old 4.5, and that was 88 in an 88 Silverado looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? And I
Looking to
finally
take
met
that
my
pain out on
wife.
somebody else.
Yeah, I finally met my wife, and I got away from the hood, and I slowly started changing and adapting, and started seeing my kids for who they was. You know what I mean? I started healing a little bit at a time. Then I eventually quit drinking, quit doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? No weed, and then I got my mind clear. You know what I'm saying? But see, they don't celebrate people like us. You know what I'm saying? Either if you're not
I do.
no a prominent dope dealer, or you still hustling the street, or you got rich through some entertainment. If you just a grinder trying to raise your families, you know, the best way you can, you're not gonna get recognized. So then it comes back to trying to. That's why these kids don't recognize the strength in that and how hard it is to just try to
Right.
survive and stay out that penitentiary by doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
So we got to figure out how to communicate that part to them. We got to start choosing our leaders wisely. You know what I'm saying? The so-called leaders, and our conversations with these kids wisely, even amongst each other. 'Cause like I love this panel, man. I can do this shit all day, every day. I'm ready to just do something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, nigga
Right.
you know
ready
what
to
I'm
Right.
go.
I,
saying?
I think that
Ready
I
to go.
think the conversations is key because it brings more highlight to things. For the longest, we ain't never heard family people speak about the dynamics of families, or even when you look at your parents, man, you sometimes your first time experience and the difficulties in that, understanding life, the environments you come through. Because even when you look back at a lot of these celebrities who come from the fame, the money, we watching them crashing the hell out, like them
Yep.
losing mentally. Man, it's a lot of challenges of what people have to understand, man. But I think it's crucial to for like people like your experiences to speak on how to overcome things because there's probably millions of young folks going through that right now, crashing out.
Exactly.
A lot of these young dudes being afraid to express themselves. Everybody thinking they gotta hold it in. A man ain't supposed to be able to speak. Like, man, reject all that, man. That's why a lot of cats' mental health is so effed up. Like, I
And
think we
know,
all that,
and
man.
you know something else I think that we gotta teach the kids. See, all of them, I ain't gonna say all, a lot of kids are with the extremes, right?
Mhm.
Either they want to be extremely wealthy or they going to take extreme chances to get wealthy. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Because
Get
we
rich or
grew up
die
like that.
trying.
Yeah.
So
Everybody.
we
You
looked at
right.
our
Everybody
father.
turned up. They all turned up
If
to
you had a
100.
father that went to work every day, we looked at him, we respected him, loved him. You know what I'm saying? And really need that. But outside that house, like Pops, he doing this here, but little dude over here
Yeah,
got the Benzo. He ain't
man,
even
but look,
working.
Mhm.
He here
Right.
all
let
day, every day. So
Right.
we gotta rethink our priorities and the people that we put up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get them people they flowers that's working. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't realize how hard work was until I started back working, and I've been working forever. But I always used to be hustling too. But man, I
Mhm.
tried to do this shit like solo bolo. That shit hard as a motherfucker. You
Ain't
know what
nothing
I'm
like
saying?
ain't nothing like
Shit.
a when you hit a 9 to 5. Here's a situation I had. I was a drug counselor. I became a drug counselor after I went through a drug program, and so I was able to get a panel at a church. Right, it was a little church over there on Florence, like between Van Ness and 8th Avenue. Was the church over there. So I had,
Three of them.
yeah, I had. It was a big one on the south side of the street, a beige building.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
that's
was,
right off of second half.
yeah, all right. So I was there, and I had this counseling class where I was like an Alcoholics Anonymous and drug and cocaine anonymous class. Now this kid that was in there, he was in there with his mother, but his mother was like, "My son's a gangster. My son's a G. My son's doing this and doing that." She was a terrible influence on her son. Now both of them got a court cards to come to this class, and they got to go to this class. Otherwise, they're going to jail. Now the kid approaches me and he's like, "Yeah, man, you got a job, you do this and that. Yeah, I make more money than you in a day than you make in a whole month." I'm like, yeah, that might be true, but I can drive my car down the street. I ain't got to keep looking back. I can leave my front door open and don't have to worry about nobody kicking my door in, and I got a guaranteed check every 2 weeks. You can't sleep at night. You don't have no peace. You got zero peace. So it's like, yeah, you got zero peace, partner. But you can't tell some people that they're not doing wrong when they think what they're doing is right. And they're making that a little change. They're making a little change, but a lot comes with that. The women you deal with will set you up. The people you sell the drugs to will set you up. Your own homie will set you up if he feels you making too much money, you more money than him. So it's a lot that goes along with that dealing, with that drug dealing and that street life. The consequences of dealing with street life, from what I was taught, was either jail, institutions, or death.
Exactly.
So you got to make a choice.
The price is high as giraffe pussy now, you know what I mean? Because, like,
Yeah,
ain't no more 3, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. Like, nigga, I could do
Even
that
the
shit in the
elbow.
shower. Yeah, you gonna be a wet motherfucker. You gonna be wet as hell now because they gonna give your ass
Man.
basketball numbers. It ain't even football numbers no more.
Exactly.
They giving niggas basketball numbers.
Man,
You know what I'm
they giving
saying?
out
Like,
so man, they giving cats 300, 400 years, man. I'm like, man, he ain't gonna live to be, 50 years at the most. How you gonna give somebody 300 years, man? Come on, man.
Hey,
Okay,
Well,
you're not trying to
they say
answer
when you
right
die,
now, are you?
they say when you die and come back, you got more time to
You
do.
you got more time.
That's when they tell you they gonna bury your body at the prison. They ain't gonna even let your body go. Your people
Hey,
can't even come get your body.
but we hard headed as that. When they came out with the 3 strikes and they gave that nigga all that time for that pizza, nigga still
Oh
was
yeah,
like, I
It
don't
still
give a
was
damn. I'm
committing
still
crimes.
hustling.
yeah.
You know
And
what
a
I'm
lot of
saying?
folks don't know who created that 3 strikes law. That was Bill Clinton. When the one they called our first black president, Bill Clinton was created the 3 strikes
I
law.
know it was other
No, it
people
started right
before
here
Yeah,
in
it
that.
was other
California.
people. It
It
was
Well,
started in
Bernie Sanders
California with
and
Paulie
not
Kloss.
Bernie Sanders,
well,
but
well,
Obama
Paulie
was a big
Kloss.
part of
Yeah,
that.
Bill,
it was
Bill
violent, man.
Clinton is federal. Polly Claus
Yeah,
Bill
situation is
Clinton
California.
nationwide.
Yeah,
yeah, he
Nationwide.
federalized it, but it started right here in California when Paulie
Right,
Kloss got kidnapped
right,
in
right.
Petaluma.
Right.
yeah,
You
But
know,
when
yeah.
I was up there selling cable, right? When that little broad girl, when she got kidnapped, right? So we go knock on the doors, me and my brother-in-law, 'cause we had a little business going on, like we do instant installs, right?
Yeah.
And man, they be all spooked and shit. I used to tell her, look, man, the man was white with gray hair. Man, I'm black and bald headed. It
Right.
ain't me, man. I said,
Yeah.
look at my little station wagon. I got the man picture in the station wagon, man.
Yeah.
Because we try to get these sales, you know what I'm saying? But I
Yeah.
What
never
we about to
will
say,
forget
kid?
that, man.
hey man,
Yeah.
a lot of people forget or don't mention the people voted for 3 strikes in California.
Yeah, they
Yeah, they
showed
did.
did.
Yeah.
They did. They
Yeah,
did.
But
every
Yeah.
but you
community,
know why though,
community
Kev?
leaders.
You know why?
Well, the
Because
first time, a lot of people say they got tricked. They didn't understand it. But
yeah,
the
but
second time, everybody go dumb.
But you know what it is, in my opinion, man? Something that's been tried and proved all the time. If they can get you scary enough, afraid
Yeah.
enough, they can take all
Right.
your rights. That's
Yeah,
what they
Exactly.
doing right now today. They
yeah,
doing the same shit.
that's
You
true.
know what I
Exactly.
mean? Blaming a bunch of shit and steady putting them laws on you to take your freedom.
Yep.
That's an old lick, and people fall for it.
Yeah.
I remember when all of them, like when we started going out of town, selling the dope, all the gangbangers, they all in overseas, and all the churches going down there. Please help us, please help us. You know what I mean? They
Mhm.
bringing all this crime to the little small towns, which we were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This and that. And so they came with
Yep.
all them bills in '86 or whatever. But see,
Yep.
I don't blame the legislators because that's
Hmm.
like I mean, they was overdid, but it's like, man, we did that and we didn't adapt. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because that's like saying my house is on fire and the
Yep.
fireman come and he wet your house up so bad he damaged it. You know what I'm saying? But you had to call him and put the fire out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
anytime you let the white folks get you scared enough to call them for help, they gonna take advantage of it and like, oh, I'm gonna help myself. I'm gonna act
Right.
like I'm helping you, but I'm gonna help myself because we need some more slaves in here. And the only way we gonna get this free labor is in the penitentiaries. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Look,
So it's a double-edged sword, man, and
hey,
it's
I
gonna
got
take a
homies.
lot of waking up.
I got relatives and homies that live in my community, and we all got each other's phone numbers. We all know. Call me. Don't call the police. Don't call them. Call me, I'm coming. I call you, you coming. So you realize, man, that sometimes you gotta depend on yourself, man. You can't depend on them. When they come to the door, they got their guns already out, even though you the one that called them. So it's like, shit, come on, man. This shit is
Man,
bullshit.
call the police, man. I ain't going over to no domestic situations, man. You ain't
Man,
gonna
I ain't gonna touch no domestic. You ain't gonna kill me over your boyfriend.
yeah,
You know
Yeah,
exactly.
what I'm
domestic.
saying?
I ain't talking about domestic issues. I'm talking about, if you got a problem, a real
Hey, people
problem.
be
That's
going through
domestic.
the
Yeah, I
domestic,
mean,
man.
Domestic
Hey,
however
shit,
it
you
go,
solve.
you know.
You solve your
hey,
domestic problems yourself.
I hate to run the party, man. We passed 3 hours, man.
Man, you
Yes,
ruining the
sir.
party,
Yeah,
man.
Good
man.
show, man. Once
You
again,
always
man.
want to cut the show when it's getting good, man.
Hey, man, I
Yeah,
love all you
it's
brothers, man. I
always
love
Yeah,
good,
all
me
man.
y'all,
too, man.
man.
Man,
Yeah,
I
I love
sure
all
like
y'all.
to
I
discuss
love
this
this.
with y'all another time, man. You know what
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
man, we
saying?
got to do it again, man,
You
or
know.
maybe
Ken
more
will be
often.
back
So
on
we can,
tomorrow.
I
yeah.
learned
Yeah,
I'll
something.
be here
yeah,
I learned
tomorrow.
something. I learned something tonight,
man.
man. From
yeah.
everybody on this
'Cause, hey,
panel, man. I
if
learned
we
something.
put it in the air, you know what I'm saying, it can spread a whole lot faster and a whole lot farther. You know what I'm saying? So somebody
Hmm.
out there is listening, and you know what I mean, it's gonna spark somebody, and shit. We just
Yeah.
got to be a change we talking about.
Oh, all day
Man,
I'll call
conversation,
y'all in
man.
the morning and
Conversation is
invite y'all to the
necessary, man.
table. Make sure you show up.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah,
yeah,
just show up
just
to the
might be,
table. Bring
yeah.
what you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right,
man,
Come
right,
as
just
you
keep
are.
right.
it going, you know?
Like
Come
like
as you
one
are.
dude
Bring
say,
what
bring
you
your
got.
whole mind, man. Bring your
Yeah.
whole
Yes,
mind. Don't
sir.
bring half of it. Bring the whole thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right, thanks
yeah.
everybody for participating.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
I'll
All
see
Yes,
right.
y'all
sir, man.
tomorrow.
I love y'all,
See
brothers,
ya.
man.
Love
Let's
y'all
do this
too,
thing,
man.
man.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
stay
Much
Yeah,
love.
black.
yeah.
Yep.
Stay
And
black, stay
proud.
woke. Stay woke.
Yep. Stay woke.
Whoa.
Don't sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
stay woke.
don't go to sleep on the job, baby.
Yes, sir.
All right, all
Stay
right.
woke.
All
All
right,
right.
y'all.